This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omega Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora Templeton, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mikta Rabentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celesta Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kai Lin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Wibsta Wolf, Severa, Circa Barakeel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Zaccaro, Bergie, Fudge, Sephiel, Cafe, Nat Clay, and Gregorium Cartus. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you. Good evening, Aursians. Welcome to the Speakers of Heidelin episode 405.
Right into it.
The Speakers
You seem
of
really... Hello.
Hello.
Why are you so surprised by the fact that we just went live?
No.
Because he was doing his cards.
There's no close-up.
Close-up.
Yeah. I noticed
Oh,
that
that's
just
true,
as I
yeah.
started the intro. I was like, oh, there's no close-up set up for this. So.
Spoilers. Let me take this off.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
Can't have
now
that.
that
Wow.
is a segment
That's
for
product
another day.
placement.
I can't wait for that. Welcome to episode 405. It's a special episode because we are finally diving into the Media Tour 2024. We're getting all the scraps, you know, from all the other creators, and then we try to narrow. We try to make it easy for you to consume. Yes.
Yeah, there was a gap.
I'm just looking at Roderick and Dunstan peeking out from underneath us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait. For those
For a
of you,
second, I thought like my torso became like a green for a second.
ghosts.
That's
Ghosts.
Oh.
Okay, let me sort that out.
We're reborn.
Yeah,
We did go on the media tour anyway,
Oh yeah, we
that's
were there.
true.
but we were banned from the venue.
I ate all
And
the
Yoshi-P said we aren't
empanadas,
allowed to.
Yeah.
all the plantains.
Again with the fucking empanadas.
I am so jealous. They got fucking empanadas.
Why?
can have them.
You can have empanadas whenever you want.
I know, but I want to have empanadas with Yoshi-P. That would have been fun.
Yeah, this. I think a lot of you are gonna find this very it's very strange because we're in the wrong order. You know, this isn't how
It's a
usually.
repurposed overlay. Don't worry, guys.
It's if you remember for those of you that were here for the first media tour, this was the first time we were like this in this format. You can see our old, like a fusion, our old nameplates are on here, but we don't use those anymore. But like this was then used when we rebranded, refreshed for the following season. Okay, so yeah, this is difficult for me because I'm used to having. So Rollo, it's already fucked up. I tried to fix it.
well,
today.
yeah, you forgot.
You're now all on the left, but I have. When I talk to Rollo normally, I look to this screen because I usually put Rollo on this screen, so it'll look like yes, Rollo, yes. That's gonna be rough when you talk now because every time you talk, I automatically look to the left. So
you look away from him.
Yeah.
That's cute. You put us in order for your viewing.
I'm
You
not
can look
looking
at us.
away from Rollo because I don't want to hear what he has to say. It's because I think he's there.
No, it's because I'm gonna whisper into you. It's a turn.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait. yeah.
I thought you were actually going to say something, but
no.
you just made
You just
noise.
spat into his ear canal.
He told me the legend of the
Yeah.
penis, and now only I know.
Oh my god.
What a callback.
All right, that's like an old callback. All right, anyways, welcome to the Media Tour Breakdown. This is part one, meaning we're going to break down some of the more basic stuff, and then also some of the more beefy stuff. So we're going to talk about the areas and the dungeon. We're going to talk about Hrothgar, a female Hrothgar, very briefly. And then we're going to dive into the jobs today. Next week, It's going to be a pretty packed show as well because we're going to go through all the interviews from the media tour and we'll be going through the live letter as well. So that's a lot to look forward to. So let's just get started. Even though this is a media tour special, we cannot ignore the fact that recent events have happened. Recent events have occurred. Now this is just for stream. This is an old overlay that's being brought back to life after 2 years. So I'm not entirely sure if you're going to hear this bumper. So we're going to hope and pray that it works on the first go. If not, we're going to try again, okay? So here we go. It's time for recent events. Okay. Hey, I heard nothing, but you did, and that's all that matters. Recent events, we start off with Yoshi-P showing up in France for for Japan Expo Paris 2024.
Well,
yeah,
it is Paris in German, and he has just been in Potsdam, Europe.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we were there. That was dope.
Yeah.
Yes, we were chilling.
And then we had the empanadas right after.
That's right.
Yeah, but then we got kicked out.
God, I love how I have to force myself to look. That's right, Rollo. That's right. We had the empanadas.
I don't know why you put in that effort because I don't. You guys are like, if I want, I'd be like up here staring all the time.
Well, it's not really an issue for you because you're on the far left normally.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Damn right.
He's always far right. Yeah. I always make sure
because of our politics.
Yes, that's right. It shows our political alignment. Am I on the left? I am. Thank God. All right. So, Japan Expo in Paris. We are excited to announce that Naoki Yoshida will be present at Japan Expo Paris 2024 as a special guest for 2 stage shows and signing sessions. If you happen to be in Paris and at Japan Expo this year between 11th and the 14th of July, don't miss out on Yoshi-P's Yoshi-P's stage appearance at the show, which include a special panel and a round table with content creators and journalists. Furthermore, you'll be able to register for signing sessions for a chance to get a signature from Yoshi-P himself.
Wow.
There you go. If
That
you are
sounds like a worthwhile endeavor.
If you are a French lad or lass, you can go and get a signed thing from your.
Oh, is it that strict? Do they have border control at the entrance?
Yeah.
French
nationals only.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right.
I can believe that.
Friday the 20th of 20th? Okay.
Are you stroking out? What's going on?
I don't know what's
Don't
happening to me
stroke on
today.
stream.
Friday
the 20th.
I'm in a weird mood. Friday the 12th of July 2024. Starting at what? 2 sorry.
What do you mean what?
It's been so long that I 24 hour, I know that's what it is. 2:15 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. Central European Time. Special panel on the Takei stage. Takei.
George Takei.
From 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central European Time, there's a signing session in the Sumire Arena.
Why'd you say that
It's like Japanese words, but they have a French accent on the E,
Yeah,
so it's hard to know if it's meant to be like
want to say it
or
with
like
a French
Sumire.
Sumire.
Why are they doing it like that?
On Saturday the 13th of July 2024, there's a special roundtable with content creators and journalists from 12:15 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. And from 3-4. What are these times, by the way? What is
I was
this?
wondering that too, I have to say.
Yeah.
Why are they starting on the quarters of the hour?
Yeah. It's
They've got a tight
it's
schedule.
French time, I guess.
You're not Parisian enough.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
They have to.
There's
fit in all
baguette
the
time.
cigarette breaks.
Cigarette and baguettes
drinking
from
and
noon to 15 past.
napping.
Mandatory cigarette hour.
Yeah, and then a piss break. You know, they have to go out and piss
just
in
on
the
the
streets.
streets.
I need to deep throat a baguette.
Oh my god.
It's like
From
swallowing.
from 3:40. This is a podcast episode. I'm just trying to. It's hard to
You're the one who
understand.
started by saying
Yeah,
twooth or whatever.
that's all you.
The twooths of July.
Yes. From 3:45 to 4:45, that's another signing session there. So you have 2 days to get your
Wow.
tits signed.
Lucky.
We will provide more details about the registration process for the signing sessions at a later time, as well as further information on activities in Paris at the timing of Yoshi-P's presence at Japan Expo. So stay tuned. We can't wait to see you there. There you go.
Yay. That's going to be fun to
Emphasis
see that.
on
Yeah.
weird parts of the name Japan.
I got a little confused.
Japan.
It's
Japan.
capital T.
I was gonna not bring attention
A
to that.
Japan.
but you just
A
had to do it.
Japan Expo.
No, this
Welcome to Japan. All right. So that's Japan Expo. If you want to go, I feel like we've spent way too long on
So
this
much
subject.
time on this.
There
Let's
you go.
move on.
way more than we should on a
yes,
French event.
Yes. Salut.
Yeah, time something that we can take our time on though.
Right. It's time to talk about
Oh, I
this
can talk
chair.
about this shit.
This,
Yeah.
oh,
Can you?
because I know that you have
Rollo hates.
because Rollo hates this type of chair.
I have opinions
Yeah.
on fucking gaming chairs
All right.
and office chairs. in
Okay,
general,
we
I'll
can
tell you.
have that discussion. Okay, so introducing the Secret Lab Titan Evo Final Fantasy XIV Edition. We're pleased to announce a special collaboration with Secret Lab. Journey across Eorzea and explore its myriad wonders with the Secret Lab Final Fantasy XIV Collection, the perfect support for every warrior of light. Pay homage to an unforgettable decade of adventures with the official collection designed in collaboration with the Final Fantasy XIV team. It has a gimmick where you can customize
This
the
is
Secret
cool.
Lab Titan Evo. Is it? Customize the Secret Lab
I
Titan
do think
Evo
it's cool.
Final Fantasy XIV Edition with interchangeable magnetic roll patches on the side wings.
That's cool.
That's cute.
It's unnecessary, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Gold-
It's a fun little thing. to
Gold
do.
accents on the side wings of the Secret Lab Titan Evo Final Fantasy XIV Edition pay homage to the gilded interior of the Crystal Tower, a beacon of hope for those who aspire to reach its lofty heights. There's
It's
also
a pretty nice design.
I would not sit in that shit. at
okay.
all.
We'll I'm not
Well-
done. We'll get back. We'll talk about it. Gold Ultimate Tier Comfort. Comfort.
Comfort.
Gold accents on the side
You've
wings.
read that.
I've read that.
You
They're on
have
the
read
memory
that.
foam lumbar.
Sorry,
pillow,
Secret Lab memory
Which
foam
these are
lumbar
really
pillow.
cute.
That's it.
I
That-
really want just the pillows.
Yeah, I don't have a
Yeah.
picture of those, but they're there.
And then there's the
Oh
Alpha
yeah.
and Fat
Adorable.
Cat editions.
All right. So, how do we feel about this chair, huh? I
Oh,
mean,
are you not going to read that part?
what
There's a
part?
bit about the Alpha and Fat Cat editions. You'll never be alone as you set out on your adventure.
Summon your
On the
very
next
own
page.
fat cat, or Garland Ironworks' cutest and yellowest member, Alpha. Nothing but the most adorable companions for the bravest of warriors of light. That's for the lumbar pillows, which we don't have a picture of, which is
are
why I
really
skipped
cute.
it. Okay.
Hmm.
To me, this looks like a chair, a gaming chair.
It does, yeah. It is a gaming chair. I mean, it's a
And-
Secret Labs chair, which
I mean,
at
they
least have a lot of features. I think they're good. I think they're decent chairs, but they're probably
for what
considered
they are,
very overpriced.
they are very expensive.
Yeah. For that price, it's especially for the 14 edition. I don't know if
Yeah.
you have the MSRP.
It's
on there, but-
£519.
£519.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's very expensive.
Yeah, but you get interchangeable magnetic roll patches on the
I
side
love the
wings.
interchangeable magnetics.
I mean, the thing is, even the non-special edition is like not that much cheaper anyway.
No,
It's,
no,
right.
What is
like
it?
£400.
Yeah, it's like $500 here for the normal one, and then $600 for the 14 edition. So an extra $100 for the options.
Mhm.
But I mean, it has the same problem every other gaming chair has. It's a racing bucket seat. who the fuck looked at a car racing bucket seat made for cars, made for racing? You're like, you know what? I'd like to sit in that for multiple hours a day at my desk. That sounds fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
Terrible. Don't ever fucking fall for these stupid ass bucket racing chairs. They're terrible. Hate them.
I don't
Get a steel case.
really.
Get a Herman Miller.
There you go.
I don't really want the chair either. I mean, I do think the magnet thingy is cool, but not worth the amount of money that Mailer just listed off earlier. I want the lumbar pillows, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of cute.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It looks like you could almost use it on anything else, but
I think so.
Yeah, I know that's why I would want them, but I feel as if they would you can only buy them in at the same time as you buy one of the chairs.
yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a serviceable office chair from IKEA,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can get a high-end, really good office chair for about the same price as these.
If you're spending $600, and it's gonna be something you're sitting in for a while, please just do your ass and back a favor. You really deserve it. I promise you.
And this is why we were not at the media tour today.
No,
last
we
week.
buy products.
We're very proud to announce Secret Lab as our sponsor.
Okay, well there you go. Do what you want. You can buy the chair. You can like this chair.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
again,
with
Secret
them.
Lab are a very well-respected brand of chairs, which is an unusual sentence. I'm sure they're quite nice. And I'm sure they're pretty comfortable for a couple of hours. Maybe even I don't know. I've never been in one. Maybe they are really nice.
I tested one
know.
out, and they're okay.
In the market, in the gaming chair market, Secret Labs is like the
They're
that's
the
it.
pinnacle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Not in the office chair market, but in the gaming chair market, 100%. They're the platinum quality.
yeah.
Secret Labs, sell me your pillows and only your pillows.
Yeah, I would like to buy the pillows only.
Yeah.
Thank you. That'd be nice.
You know what? I bet if you emailed them, you might actually be able to get some shit.
Mm.
If you
I was
really
thinking
tried,
that
like,
Not after this
bit. We'll have to
episode.
cut this
no,
out.
listen, just
Yeah,
say
I
I'm
think
not
you've burned that bridge.
affiliated with these guys.
Well, I'm not affiliated.
Stop.
You're literally part of the
No, I'm
part
telling
of the
you, you can
logo.
say that.
You're part of our channel
can
logo.
I can register interest in just the pillow, but they need my email address, and I don't want to give them that.
They'll look up the email address and they'll find this
They'll-
episode and be like,
yeah.
no.
We're sending you a bag of shit, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Secret Labs
amazing.
shit.
I hope you like those chairs if you do get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on then from that, live letter 82 is set to air on the 14th of June. So that is very soon. That is obviously
Friday this time.
Yeah.
Not a weird Thursday.
Well, it's a Saturday for us, right?
What?
Is it?
No.
No, it's
No?
not. No, it's Friday the 14th. Sorry.
Wait,
Sorry.
what?
What this is kind of like, it's like a ghost is in my computer right now, because just as I was saying the date, my calendar popped up. And I don't know if that's because it's listening to me or whatever, but it popped up and it's got an American style calendar. So at a glance, I saw 14 in the slot where I expected Saturday. Sorry, 14th, Friday, 14th of June.
That's spooky.
So yeah, 11 GMT, noon BST, 9 p.m. Australia time. So I think everyone
Lovely.
except for North America are pretty happy with the times here. Because that's 1 p.m. my time, so 7 a.m. Eastern American time.
It's 4 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So that's not. I don't want to be up that early though.
It's 7 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I like
7 a.m.,
sleeping
like I
in.
said, yeah. So, okay. So the patch 7.0 updates, that's the topics, and miscellaneous updates.
I want to know what those are and how they're separate to patch 7.0.
It's going to be in March. You know what that's what that
Possibly.
means.
Hey, maybe we'll get information about Moonfire Fair.
Oh, that's true. Maybe, but
Maybe.
I hear they've just opened up a new acrylics factory. And they've got a
Yeah!
lot of new acrylics to do.
More plastic.
Yeah. Okay. So that's coming up. We're going to cover that, of course, and give you a recap next episode. All right. There are more worlds coming to
Hooray!
North America. Dynamis is getting new worlds. So
I love new worlds.
Cuchulainn,
it's gonna be a full 8-world data center.
Yes,
as it should be.
This was announced a while back, just like the European one, and then just kind of fizzled away.
They've finally added a server for the Irish diaspora in North America. The people who say I'm, 1% Irish.
Cuchulainn, Golem,
all of
Kraken,
Boston,
and Refletion.
All of Boston plays on Cuchulainn.
If I had to be on one of these worlds, I would choose Reflection. It sounds.
I'd pick Golem.
Golem sounds shit.
Dude,
yeah,
Kraken.
Kraken. It's so standard. It's like
Kraken is weird because some people say Kraken. It's got an unstandard name.
I think we've all agreed that it's supposed to be Kraken. I think that's literally the name. But yeah, I see how. I mean, you don't think Cuchulainn's going to be mispronounced?
But that's because of idiots.
Yeah, I will not.
You don't think people who say Kraken wrong are idiots as well?
No, because I've heard.
You heard it there, folks. That's settled.
I'd heard Kraken significantly lot more before Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Oh,
okay.
Then
I really don't understand this conversation we're having. Okay, so anyways, I just said Kraken because I really wanted to say Kraken these nuts. So that's it. And thank you
can
very
say
much.
Fill my Kraken.
Fill my... Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Character creation bonuses on new worlds. So there will be character creation bonuses for people joining these worlds. Creating a new character on or transferring to newly established worlds will grant the bonuses detailed on the home world transfer service and world population balancing incentives page. These incentives will remain in place until the active player populations in the worlds in question have grown to a specified number. Please note that once a world has been removed from the new world category, the various bonuses will no longer be applied. In the case of newly created characters, these bonuses will continue for 90 days, including the day of creation, regardless of any change in world status.
There's some good bonuses.
Yeah.
A bit of gil. You get some free game time.
Yeah, it is actually pretty good. And remember that game time applies to your whole account, so it's worth. I mean,
plan some new world with some free game time.
It's not good to just go, oh, I'm going to start a character in a new world just to get playtime, because then obviously if everyone did that, the service is going to be abandoned after you've made your character. But yeah, there you go. Purchases on housing purchases on of housing on newly established worlds in the Dynamis data center will be made available on Tuesday, the June of 11th.
Tuesday the June.
June 11th around 8 a.m. PDT.
About 5 hours after the server opens.
Yes. All plots are subject to the lottery system. So free company plots will be Ward 1 to Ward 9, and private plots will be from Ward 10 to Ward 24. So there you go.
I don't like this Ward 1 to Ward 9. I don't like how they didn't slot it into like 3 groups of 8.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. North America, you are getting more worlds. Speaking kind of, new worlds are also coming to Europe, asterisk. Because addition of probationary European logical data center and worlds. Now, weird. What is that? What does that mean? Well, a new logical data center, Shadow, will be added to the European data center on Tuesday, the 11th of June, around 10 a.m. GMT, 11 a.m. BST, or 8 p.m. Australia time, with one additional world than originally announced, for a total of 4 worlds. Finally, I mean that the fact that they were just adding 3 was weird.
Yes,
these worlds will be released as probationary worlds.
No,
probationary.
Sorry, probationary.
Even you have to a slightly better word.
Probationary. Sorry.
Who's going through the probation? I assume the server is going. Will it pass probation?
Who knows? Probationary.
It's such a bad word. It should be spillover, overflow worlds. It should
usually
be
overflow
better.
worlds is what I've heard for these, but yeah, probationary
is a
it's such a Square Enix
use.
word. They use weird words for everything. Probationary
No one's going to
world.
understand what that means.
No, but they do try to explain it. Probationary worlds to mitigate the congestion that may arise with Dawn Trail's launch and will only be available for the purposes of data center travel. Probationary worlds will be restricted from new character creation and the homeworld transfer service, but will otherwise function as regular worlds, where players will be able to enjoy their usual activities, such as undertaking quests and duties, or matchmaking via the Duty Finder. We hope these worlds will serve as helpful alternatives when your usual data center is congested. Furthermore, probationary worlds will be classified as congested on the Lodestone server status page. This classification is intended to indicate the restrictions on new character creation and homeworld transfer. They couldn't be bothered to code in like a new...
No.
rather than the actual congestion status of these worlds. We will be carefully monitoring the number of concurrent logins and will follow up with a separate announcement in the event that new character creation and homeworld transfer restrictions are lifted from the probationary worlds. So,
What do you mean in the event? Are you suggesting this will not happen?
Like,
There's a possibility of that?
there's a possibility. I mean,
So our new data center is now, it's not a new data center, it's only for going on.
It's an overflow
your current
data center.
server is full.
Yeah.
And they might make them available one day, but they might just shut them all down if, it goes back to stable.
That's scary to think of.
Yeah.
A little
Trapped
scary.
on the congested or the probationary server.
But the
Probationary, sorry.
Yes, probationary. Also, the new, by the way, the new one is called Innocence. Wait, is that the new one? Innocence,
No,
Pixie,
that's
Tanya,
not
no, Tycoon, sorry, Tycoon.
Tycoon is
Already-
the new one.
Yeah,
I would go on Tycoon as I'm a moneybags.
right. There was something that was weird for when this was announced, because it was announced at a weird time, just very recently. Europe's data centers are very imbalanced. Light is way more active than Chaos is already. Like, Chaos is... The addition of a third one could potentially damage Chaos even further. Like, Chaos is not doing so...
They're going to need to start moving soon.
Just cross... It needs to be cross-regional already. In general,
I know.
I would say, but it's...
I agree with you.
It's silly now at this point.
Yeah,
we miss all of the people who went over to Light.
You are
but
traitors,
now it seems like they are traitors.
Well, you can miss a traitor.
It seems like they have the last laugh because it turns out everyone likes Light now, and it's where all of the real players play.
I'm too loyal,
and we're just the Europeans who take photographs and stuff. And
I will say most of the people that went over to Light were unwillingly sundered there.
That's true.
That's true.
We still have world firsts. All right, so it's fine. Ragnarok will never die.
That's true. We do have that. We have that going for us. Not much raiding scene other than that, though. The raiding scene is on Light.
The best of the best, and then we've got the worst of the worst.
Your PF, your Duty Finder is just so...
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys, world first Urqopacha, and then looking for friends to take pictures in the goblet.
Hey.
Flowers and stuff.
Don't make fun of our
nightclub.
Our G posters.
Speaking of sundering servers, do you think it would be a better solution if when they made new data centers, new logical data centers, if they just sundered some of the old ones, because that creates an artificial population on the new world?
It's not an awful idea. Then, so instead. Let's say you started with 9 servers on one DC, and then that translated to 3 new DCs with 3 of the originals on each, and then a bunch of empty ones to fill up. It's a pretty decent way of doing it, yeah.
It would suck though, because
it would suck early on because they'd have
it
to fill up.
sucked last time it happened.
Yeah,
we've
no great
lived with it.
but
I don't think you want to do it again then.
No.
I'd rather each data center has a healthy population to start with, rather than trying to incentivize people to move over to a new one, because that's less likely to happen.
Splitting up a data center is horrible. There was a lot of chaos, no pun intended, after the breakup. There was people that were playing together couldn't anymore. We felt it. Half of the people we would play with disappeared.
I think it's less of an issue now that we have data center travel.
But yeah, there's no...
That's true.
There's no proper cross DC.
There's no cross DC though, right? Yeah.
We need Krusty see like duty roulettes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And PFs and everything.
Yeah.
Once that's in, it's all solved because everyone can play with everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That should be their priority.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. Like this
They've
is
been
a band
delaying
breaker.
it. Stop.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yes.
It was one of the topics covered in the interviews.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
he
definitely
might
news.
even talk about it during the live letter as well, during miscellaneous perhaps, or maybe it might be
that's true.
7.0 as well. Okay. So there you go. Europe, you're getting some stuff that you can't really play with, but you know the word probationary. It's probationary. So deal with it. Okay. It is finally time to jump into the actual content for this episode. It's time for the media tour. I already forgot. Here we go. Media tour. Right. And we'll start with the most important thing there's been this. Oh, Georgi, why are you leaking into Mela? Ooh.
Oh, I don't know.
Audio listeners, I'm sorry for that visual.
Your room leaks into mine, Mela.
Okay, why are you leaking into me?
Oh, shit. No. We're going to talk about it first. There's been some talk about the menu. There's been some talk about the menu because it's so bright, apparently, for Westerners.
This is a
for
false
Westerners,
memory
what?
for you guys.
What do you mean for Westerners?
Specifically, Yoshi-P said that the West was mostly were the ones that complained the most about the brightness of this menu.
Yeah.
It's just became a meme. That's all, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume it would affect anyone who was playing this game late at night
apparently
or something,
we are. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I haven't done any more research.
It's not a vocal.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not a vocal complaint in Japan.
No.
Okay. Well.
Because
We
they're
are
normal people
here.
guess,
I mean,
who don't meme on things.
we are like, I know that the trend, at least here, and I guess maybe that's not the case in Japan, well, is that everything has to be dark mode. Everything has to be dark.
Yeah, because bright as fuck lights is, especially in like the evening time, anywhere is like not nice.
Yeah. I agree. I hate light
It's
mode.
unpleasant.
Well, we were talking about this before, and it's a false thing to comment on because previously I think we said it was Shadowbringers had the same thing where it was bright at the start.
Yeah.
On their menu.
But I don't think a lot of people like that either. I think they're definitely was.
No, that was like infamously like that's where the meme started.
But it's not like it's not an issue though.
It's not a major. It's just
No.
I don't see why. Yeah,
But
I don't know why.
ruined my
It was
day.
weird that even Yoshi-P had to quite. It's just.
Well, he was asking for feedback. Like he was, is this a problem? Because they can.
You're
fix it.
allowed to use bright colors, Yoshi-P.
Okay.
It's just like the equivalent of like, oh, the glare of the sun. Like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do? It's the sun. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what this is all about then. So it starts with a flashbang here, as you can see. Oh, sorry, I didn't even turn up the audio. Yeah, this is from.
I like it.
Yeah,
Escape.
it's all right. It's
I also think the music is one of the least intrusive we've had for a while in terms of opening songs.
the music's
Yeah.
nice.
And the music is nice.
No lyrics
Yeah.
in it. It's
I like it.
I also like that the water's quite nicely done because I remember on Stormblood the fire looked a bit cheap compared to the logo.
Oh, yeah, it was very like Adobe After Effects.
Yeah.
I mean,
Baggy's
I
first
felt that way-
transition effects.
I felt that way about the ice in Heavenswood as well.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
The snow, I should say.
Yeah.
I think this one looks pretty clean. It's not like too obviously game like graphics, so it looks good.
It's like
Yeah.
a big hash brown surfing on a big wave.
Yeah.
You see it? The hash brown.
I kind of see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
you
of.
see the it's like a mountain of hash browns.
I see
with
that.
surfing.
Mountain of ash brown. Yeah.
Sure.
This tsunami of hash browns is coming, dude.
Yeah, so that's the new menu that we'll be seeing starting in just a few weeks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not much else to say. It's nice. It's not as intrusive as I am so over Endwalker, by the way. Endwalker, the Endwalker start. Taste of oh, every time. Yeah. And also the same way that I felt about the fucking Shadowbringers.
Riding home.
I was so over that too.
Yeah.
This one feels calmer. Like it's less. I feel like this will be less grating over time. Nothing will beat, and we talked about this before the stream. To me, Heavensward's just somber, quiet, not intrusive, nice and dark. Just there.
Very tasteful.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the original Realm Reborn opening is the best one we've ever had.
See, the original Realm Reborn was good too, but the only thing I dislike about that is the edge of it is the ethereal blue sea.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which is fine, but it kind of clashes a little with the logo, whereas Heavens was the full package, I think.
Yes.
Then we had to go downhill.
A Realm Reborn was tied so nicely when you clicked from start game to character creator.
That's
the
true,
background was the same.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Heavensward's one, while I appreciated that like it was unintrusive, the music sort of set me on edge a little bit.
Really, that's good though.
Yeah,
You got to be on edge.
It was very like, oh, bad things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But I don't know. I always like the Stormblood one, just like the really simple, like the rat-a-tat-tat of the drums, which like
I don't.
It's just long enough to where like if you don't want to hear it, the rest of it, the more like operatic parts, by the time it's done, or the menu comes up, you can just click through
I
it.
would have liked it more if it started with the operatic parts. The fact that it started with the drums, I found really like overwhelming.
I like the logo on Storm, the way it came in though.
Yeah,
I agree.
Again, the fire was
yeah. You really didn't like the fire. It's such an odd thing. I never thought about that before.
It just looked like I don't know. It was like someone had just put some like Half-Life 1 fire in. It just looked weird. It looked like, obviously like game fire. You know?
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
That's fair.
Whereas this,
well, this one's up there for me.
14 doesn't look like this, does it?
No, this
so it looks nice.
This looks nice.
This looks nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the Watering 14.
They started doing like in-game renders, and Shadowbringers, right? Because everything else has always been just like,
I believe so.
GIFs or whatever, mobs.
Yeah.
Dot mobs. What's the other video format these in games? Fuck.
MP. Sorry.
FPK.
Oh, FLV.
What was the OpenGL?
No.
Fucking Flash video.
I don't remember. This is such a
Yeah, this bit. We get the bit.
Not Bix. That's what it is.
There it is.
Bix.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so that's the new menu. Very nice. But we're not here to just
Okay, Borat.
Very nice.
We're gonna talk briefly about the female Hrothgar. There's not much to add to this other than they be coming. And they will be here at launch.
They're cool.
Yeah. Did they?
I've always preferred the Lost clan in the Hrothgar to the other one. Really much
which one's that?
Really?
They're like the bluer.
Oh yeah.
The more pale bluer kind of ghostly ones.
I prefer the Helions, but I prefer the theming of the Lost. Like I prefer the tribe lore better.
That's fair.
Yeah, I kind of wish the Lost were like a bit more separate, as in they lean more into like kind of like a snow leopard kind of.
Yeah.
Because the Helions it's very like lion.
Exactly. Whereas they're more like blue lion.
Yeah, I'm like
I agree with you.
Yeah. Minor things, but whatever. It don't matter.
I like that they're quite separate though, unlike some of the Mikote and Lalafal and shit like.
What? Wait, sorry.
Mikote,
what are you saying?
I think are a little bit different because Mikote.
They have the nicer eyes. Like the moon people have the nicer eyes, but they're not hugely different.
I think keepers in general have less appealing skin tones. Seekers have more like
I love
like
Keepers of the
feel
Moon.
like they've gone out in the sun a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that kind of blue cat look. I don't know.
Male
Like
loves a
mole
blue cat.
people.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm a Hans Moleman fan.
I don't know if the Hrothgar, female Hrothgar, got like improved in the benchmark. I haven't really heard much about that, but
Well, we looked at
maybe they were
La Creatura or whatever it was called, and she's
we briefly looked at her, but we didn't really put her in the benchmark.
Maybe some like minor lighting stuff and textures, but in general, I mean, they're already good to begin with, and we didn't have the frame of reference of what they would look like before, really, save for like Urqopacha, But
True.
Yeah.
I think that's why you didn't really hear anything.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about like post benchmark update, but I feel like you kind of get it. It's better. We all agree that it's
We're
better
in a
now.
better, yeah.
Well, I guess we didn't have a chance to talk
It's
about
improved.
No,
They don't look waxy anymore.
No.
I like it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So good. All right. So that's a female Hrothgar. Let's move on. We have some areas to look through. Now, when we are, there's been a lot. Okay, there's so much. Whenever the Media Tour embargo drops, it is so overwhelming. And
God help you if you're subscribed to more than like 14 person, because your subscription on YouTube will just be like 20 videos all at once.
Yeah, it's crazy because they've had all this time uploading all of their videos, and they're all scheduled to the exact same time and date.
And they can't schedule it though as well. They can't like split it.
No,
for some, because like their algorithm was like the algorithm's going insane when it's like once a week I upload, and then suddenly it's 20. In one day.
I can't imagine it being good for their algorithm. Actually,
no, it can't be.
No,
but I mean, you got to get it out. I guess
that's true.
So.
But
I mean,
I imagine it's worse for their viewership if they hold on to it, because otherwise people will see the same content from other people.
Yes, Rollo, you said there were
more
rumors.
Advantageous to drop out the 45-minute video.
I need to hear this tea before he forgets.
Okay. I don't know the validity of this, but it is funny. Someone saw someone at an airport who had a Dawn Trail like official hoodie. And they were like, "Oh, hey, nice hoodie," and the person didn't really like, "Oh, thanks," and like just walked away or whatever. But apparently, supposedly, it might have been someone who went to the media tour and they were wearing the hoodie before they should have been. And they might have been a little nervous about that, and that's why they didn't talk too much.
Oh,
again,
okay.
It might just be total BS.
I see.
But,
all right, don't put no names, chat. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no names. You know.
All right. Okay.
Promptly arrested.
God, yeah, there were, as expected, leaks before the NDA. There's always that one person that has to leak something, and they sure did. I don't know what the point of that is. Like
I
why?
don't either.
The day before,
you don't gain anything from it because you can't reveal that you're the leaker.
Right.
No, most of the leaks that I heard about were riddles being told on 4chan.
Well, no, but there was like literally the skills.
It was
were
all
leaked.
the skills, every single skill.
All the skills were leaked, like
okay.
photos
I
of all
didn't
the
hear
skills.
about
I thought that was
not necessarily like some of it was just icons and descriptions and stuff. It was all mishmash.
Yeah.
I thought some of it was obtainable in a certain fashion in the benchmark already.
Why would they have skill icons in the game in the benchmark?
Wow.
Well, there's I don't know. Let's whatever. But like they were leaks that came out like the day before the NDA was lifted, or the 2 days before. I don't remember exactly. So whoever that is, I hope you are very nervous, because you should be, because someone might find out who did it, and then that was the last time you went to a media tour.
Finally, a slot for us.
Okay. There is no slot for us. I don't think there ever will be.
The long list of names before us.
Yes.
Listen, the Yoshi penis thing, I think that was the nail.
Yeah,
that was it.
If Luke Hill didn't always put in every fucking clip compilation too, they might have just gone like a one-off thing, but no. Every time, and he shows himself losing it.
We're at the bottom of the list covered like Cheeto fingerprints and stuff. That just
Yeah.
They'll get to us
Also, I
eventually.
mean, I guess also putting a certain clip of Rollo saying "Requiescat" in the
yeah.
clip
Yeah,
compilation as well
Rollo.
isn't helpful. So
Why is
there's
it always you, Rollo?
you
No.
you are somewhat linked to it. Okay. Oh, Tuliyollal is the first area. We've already seen a lot from this place, but this is the first time, obviously, we see someone
Let it be known,
walking around.
we are the best people at pronouncing Tuliyollal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let me tell you, seeing some of those videos, no shade to anyone, but they were throwing out some mouse that was not even close.
Oh,
Yeah.
Many a time.
Tuliyollal.
Okay, so Tuliyollal, we'll start here with this. There's a lot. We wanted to vary who we're showing content from, but because a lot of people are talking over it, we can't use those. So today, these area walkthroughs are brought to you by Miztech. Shout out to Miztech.
Thanks, Miztech.
All right. So here we go. We'll take a look at Miztech's run through of Tuliyollal. Okay.
I like this sort of easy listening jazz.
I don't know where's
Oh,
this
yeah.
song gonna be. You know, I'm like, is it the end song?
Oh yeah.
No, this is the night song.
This might
This is
be
the
yeah,
night
this
song?
I think this is the correct
Yeah, this is the
theme.
night
like
thing.
them.
Yeah.
It changes to a
Look at the
different thing
lighting
later
on
on.
those pillars.
It's more like
really good.
Mm.
when we get to the day theme, it will be more like big band.
Oh, it's so chill here.
The big band and jazzy Mesoamericans. Everyone.
It is. You can tell that she's in a hurry.
Yeah.
She's like, oh god.
I always
Yeah.
feel so bad. Every one of them is always like, I have
like
like
it.
5 seconds to look
She
at
has sound
something.
effects off,
Yeah.
but I'd hope you'd hear that drum being.
Yeah, you
when
definitely
you're
will.
in-game.
I'm sure.
Not synced to any kind of
Right,
music. though.
Ethernet shard.
No.
I like the ones where, because it's 45 minutes of total footage, their fly-throughs and stuff is sped up. Just saying,
Yeah.
stick to the footage, it's so funny. Oh, it's got
Gamer
flowers
Escape
on
posted the maps for all 3 of the zones that we have access to.
Mhm.
Yes.
Tuliyollal has a total of 8 Ethernet shards, including the main Aetherite.
There you go.
Where the hell
Oh,
is
look at all
Baby
those
Mommy's doll?
foods.
Mm.
Well, I didn't like that it was like 3 of the same asset at the end there, but that's fine. Oh, this music's great.
You are I am seeing you mentioned it at the start, Mela, but the lighting.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
when they
very
showed
good.
this first time with the lanterns at night, we said how nice it looked, but seeing it in motion here, it does look good.
Yeah.
This zone looks nice at night.
It's a little
Which is
hard to
rare for
see
this
through
game.
the streamed twice video, but
Well, that is true.
seeing the original, it did look really good.
Yeah.
Look at all the
Oh.
details they have in the shops.
Look at
Wow,
the
little-
rocks.
They're playing Mancala! Yeah! Eat the pieces when they're not looking.
Forbidden snacks, Rollo.
Mm.
A lot of buildings. I wonder how many are enterable and how many are just set design.
It does look like a decent amount of them are enterable based on the map that we have.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I should. For those that want to look at it, here it is, chat.
Ow.
For those that want to search for it yourself, that Gamer Escape has the maps.
I can't click on anything because that will.
No,
Well, that-
thank you.
okay.
Oh, look at this. Look at all the vegetation.
Yeah, the
I love this
verticality
ramp.
map. So nice.
Yeah,
It's a really
I love a
nice
vertical city.
It's very
It's the
like
most
tiered,
vertical
you know?
yeah.
This is how Ishgar should have been. It should have been one zone.
Yeah.
Same with Liverpool as well. There should have been one zone with the verticality.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Unfortunately,
this
we didn't have
path.
the technology.
We could redo it now, but they won't.
No,
HD
fruit.
fruit.
No!
No, those aren't squipes. Though
Not
they aren't even
wait.
grapes. They're apples.
Mhm. What the?
Where are the squapples?
The square. This skybox.
Here you go, Rollo.
Oh, this is one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Strange match, but
But
This is inside the
is this
palace.
the
at
palace?
Top.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's big. bit depressing.
That's very big, actually.
I think I'd want to rule from here.
I hope everyone in Tuliyollal just like, yeah, jazz is our thing. We've made jazz music. Like jazz canonically comes from.
We can reclaim jazz music because Star Wars has abandoned it.
New World Jizz.
New World Jizz.
Yeah, I will say, like, this music, and also, like, there are some details in this palace that look like, Oh, what's that art style
nice
with the... Do you see what I mean? Do you see the art style? Oh, shit. Art Deco.
You mean...
It's weirdly Art Deco.
Bit Art Deco, yeah.
I can see it a little bit, like, mixed with kind of like...
not pure Art
native
Deco.
stuff, almost, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Native Mesoamerican.
It's a lot of... feels like a good mix of South American like building designs. Well, also they're split with what was it, like Southeast Asian culture as well.
Yeah, there's some Southeast Asian inspiration as well. Yeah.
Apparently, very contentious to say that. People really did not agree that it was Southeast Asian for a long time. Apparently.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they said it at the start too. It's...
They Square Enix said it, and it seems like this time around they've been very good with, like fact checking their references.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time. Sorry. We'll talk about it next time. But there was an interview where they talked about hiring cultural advisors.
That's the word. I'm glad you said it because I knew what you were gonna say, and I wanted to say it as well, but I couldn't remember the word. Yeah. So I was like, I'll leave it to you.
So that's very, very exciting.
Well, look at the sun come through there. Oh
gosh, that's very pretty.
All right.
One thing you'll notice in all of these, and it's obviously something we've talked about before, the game, obviously, the game looks better now than ever.
Mm-hmm.
But also they've kept, like, I personally feel like because they've kept this, like, they've kept the style of 14 while upgrading the graphics, it kind of looks as expected anyway. It's hard to notice how good it looks sometimes because it kind of just looks like how it should look.
Yeah.
But the aliasing is still shit in Engine, sadly. And that's something they really have to sort out in the next update.
They might just not have had it on because with using the new aliasing, the benchmark, it looks.
Oh, that's true. They did.
I mean, remember they did add an aliasing option.
And you have to.
God, yeah, maybe they just didn't have it on.
I don't know if it's going to be like that in
aliasing the kill.
More jaggies.
I don't know if it's going to be in the full game, but it might not be where you can use the NVIDIA settings to turn on the even better aliasing. I forget what it was called, but
DLSS?
It's one. I don't remember. It's been too late. People talked about it when the benchmark came out. We talked about it then. Go look at that episode.
Yeah, go look.
Because they were offering the AMD one.
Yes.
I remember Dell X or whatever.
Yes.
But the DLSS was
Yeah. So anyways.
Well, I like this city. It looks really fun. It looked obviously devoid of life for the most part.
Yes. All the
they've
characters.
Only got some NPCs. I think.
All the NPCs that they had left, they all said the same thing. They all said "Welcome to Tuliyollal."
They were.
So there was no way to get anything out of them.
But there was an Aura wearing the funny outfit that the Mamulja people were wearing, I think, which maybe we will be able to wear that, which is fun.
Yeah, there was some of that in the CG trailer. You saw like cures.
Yeah, I'm wanting to. I like the.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dungeon drop.
Yeah, it's cool though.
No.
Maybe 8.0 Baby Mamulja playing the race.
Baby Mamulja drip, I need it, please.
That's what I want to be.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move on to Kozama'uka.
Kozama'uka.
Again, we are legends at these pronunciations compared to most. I'm so sorry.
I mean, Kozama'uka, but when we get to the fucking dungeon,
that one's that one I haven't heard before, so that one takes a while to get used to. But yeah, Kozama'uka is the impossible waterfalls.
This is the Kalusha.
Yes. Yeah. If you looked at the map of Tuliyollal, you'll see that Kozama'uka is the only one that has like a direct zone transition into the city.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So however we get to the other zones will be either via Somewhere in Kozama'uka or via like some sort of like airship or something.
Okay.
Which is the one where you access it by dirigibles? I can't remember which one that was.
It's the one that's not covered here. It's the other one that's in Yoktaral.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine then. That may be how we get there then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirigibles.
Okay, so let's take a look at Kozama'uka from this next video.
Not Urqopacha.
Urqopacha
is my
is-
favourite.
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at the colours. And it's
Oh,
got
they're using
mouth
the
harp thing. Whatever. What is it called?
the
Boing,
Jew
boing.
harp. I think that's
Yeah,
called.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, all the colours gone.
Boing,
Oh no, it's
boing.
back. Do not mention boy.
He's been through enough.
Hold it back. Hold it back.
This sounds
Oh,
pretty neat. They've never really done jungle.
Don't say they've not done a
super
jungle
well.
because that's what Thavner is.
Thavner? Oh yeah, maybe a bit of it. I suppose Raktika was, but no, it's just not dense enough.
Raktika's
All
not
of
really
the-
a jungle.
All of like the tree areas, like even Shroud, Raktika, it always feels like the trees are on the edge of the map and you're in a clearing.
Yeah, it does feel like there's not enough tree, just
It's not
trees in
thick
general.
enough. This is pretty good. There's a lot of
Okay.
trees here.
Yeah.
something about that housing that's right there, that little settlement. It looks like an early Dragon Ball Z alien.
Oh, you see
yeah.
what
Like
you
Namek.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it looks
Yeah.
like Namek or something. The Namek weird
Yeah,
pods.
yeah.
It also
Yeah.
is
Yeah, but
very
it's-
reminiscent of 11. It's a classic
It
11.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that I believe
Design.
those are the Moblin homes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like them.
Rollo.
They live in
Where's the-
gourds.
Whereas the bigger settlements are for the whatever the
Yokoi.
Vanu are called here.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I can't remember what they were.
Yeah,
We'll
like
say,
the
I
Vanu
think
Vanu
these-
live in these places.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
I think these maps look a lot
Manu,
better
Manu,
from the ground
thank you.
level so far.
They've done very good on all of these with like distanced cliffs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they look really cool. Wow! Look at all the colours.
I mean,
leaves in the
To explain
air.
the waterfalls, people are probably right that there is probably like an excess of like water crystals up there because water crystals we know can just spawn
Yeah, yeah,
water.
Yeah, you find that in the Sea of Clouds. There was a quest or fate or something.
Mm.
Kind of neat house. I mean, it's big. It's a
I
roomy
like
house.
that I like that they're pretty like open plan so that you're able to go in them because
Yeah.
oftentimes we don't get to go inside overworld structures.
We haven't
Yeah,
really talked
I
about
like-
the theme, the music. It's just switched to the night theme now.
It's much
but-
more. The harp things was cool. This
Yeah.
is very. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. There was a lot of the night themes were very just calm and gentle in this game. Like the Stormblood ones were very calm, and
Oh, the Lock Stormblood Night.
this
theme.
kind of reminds
Right in
me
my
of some
heart.
that kind of thing. Ooh,
Yeah.
a cave. That's the trouble, and then you get like you can't fight during the night time because it will ruin the theme.
Yeah, because it'll go to the battle theme.
You have to just wait till morning. Just vibe. When it's nighttime here, just vibe.
No fighting at night, guys.
Yeah.
Vibes only.
Vibes at night. The colours look pretty nice at night too. This game's always had issues with vibrancy. I think they're sorting it now. Oh! Oh, moblins. Oh, he's just
Oh.
tilling the side in the grass and oh.
Well, he's not
Oh,
really. He's...
And you can
oh,
see
no, there he
the
is.
you can see the shaders on his helmet there really nicely.
Mm. Oh, and the sound of
There's
the,
a
the waterfalls in the
Oh.
distance.
there's a total of 3 Aetherites in this zone.
That's pretty generous. Who made Aetherites, Georgi?
Who made Aetherites? What kind of question
Isn't
is
it
that?
still a mystery in the game?
No.
No.
apparently it's
Sharlayan's
Sharlayan's
made
did
them, but
All of them?
assumedly based. No,
Well,
we know that Sharlayan's made
Sharlayan's
all the ones in
reinvented
Eorzea.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but who made them originally?
Well, we know they existed in the Ancients' times, so obviously them.
There you go, Mela. You can't do those
Ancients.
questions anymore because it always comes back to ancients.
We don't know if the ancients made them though.
The ancients made
No,
them.
we don't. But like, that's the best guess we have. Otherwise, you're asking a question that is unanswerable.
Yeah,
He wants it to be unanswered.
I think the
proto-ancients.
before the proto-ancients made them. Yeah, there was.
We don't know who makes Aetherites in Tural, though.
No?
Well, I've always
But
had an issue with Aetherites just already existing in places that shouldn't have them, but it just makes the game better.
You just need them. That's just how
You
it
just need them, so don't worry about them.
That battle
we
thing,
know
by the
that-
way, very good.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it is quite good.
We will. Do we hear the battle theme?
Underwater!
Okay. There's
They
a
just-
lot. Okay.
they just
I need to.
played it.
We are going a
Whoa.
million trillion miles an hour. We need to talk. We can't just mention one thing for 2 seconds and then move on because we
Yeah.
went into the water.
Talking
Yeah.
about fucking ether.
So
It's only
battle
in the thing
music.
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, we heard the battle music for a few seconds. We'll hear the battle theme. No, we won't. Because that's in the dungeon.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we don't have any section for the battle music, but there it is.
Too upbeat for nighttime.
I much better
curious as to-
transition than the other battle themes.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm curious as to how it will play out when you get to zones like Heritage Found, because I feel
Yeah.
like it might not match the
Yeah.
the
I
musical
mean-
transition might not be as smooth.
It will never ever be fucking Shadowbringers
Oh
battle
my
theme.
god.
Never the immediate guitar.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it, but it ruined
They need
every
more,
zone. I had to turn
like-
it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need like a.
They haven't had multiple battle
Dynamic
themes
ones.
since A Realm Reborn.
I miss-
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
we need
miss
to get back
unique
into that. Though.
battle themes
Isn't
for
it-
each
I
Yeah.
agree,
region.
Lakir.
Isn't
What
it
is
on the
wrong?
moon?
What?
Moon?
Yeah, isn't
Oh,
there a
that's
battle theme?
true.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Inside Best Away Burrows, it does have a different theme.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They need to continue that theme.
Yeah. Okay, so now we go underwater.
Oh, no loading screens.
No,
No, that was not a loading screen at all.
no.
That was us blinking all
Yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh, show this bit at daytime.
I'm just
please.
so excited to have new places to dive, because one of the issues that Endwalker had is that they had to add new diving fishing points
Sorry.
in fucking the Ruby Sea, because there weren't enough zones.
Yeah,
I just
I
love.
mean, I agree with you.
I just love that she went underwater. It's like, this is boring as fuck, and then went up immediately. It was like, yeah, okay, here's the underwater bye. Don't have the
I
time.
noticed that as well when I watched this my first time around.
Alpaca. Yeah.
It's nice going underwater in this game, but there's nothing to do there.
Yeah. All right. So that's Kozama'uka.
Comes Kozama'uka.
This map does look like it's split over across 2 tiers and makes sense
Oh.
almost all. Ever since
is
Stormblood,
Kalusha.
every starting zone has an area you can access immediately, an area you access later.
Mm. Right.
As to how good the lore is to stop you going to second area, that depends. It's been good so far usually.
According
just
to the
don't feel
map,
like
you
it.
do. According to the map, this zone does have access to Urqopacha, but it looks like you won't be able to get to Urqopacha from this zone
Mm.
because it's up on the upper tier of the cliff side.
Yeah.
Urqopacha.
Speaking of, here's
This is the
Urqopacha.
best one. This is my favourite.
And
That's the Yokhoi.
yeah.
And the
The
Pelu Pelu.
massive fucking mountain. Oh yeah, the Pelu Pelu too. I love
Yeah.
the mountain here. It's so good.
Sorry, should we? I feel like that is a thing that we've talked about before. If we go back talking about Kozama'uka, so that's the split zone. We've talked about the split zone concept before, but do you?
I think Kalusha worked, but I don't think Thavner worked.
Well, Thavner's weird because the split section is lower,
Oh yeah,
and then the only reason you can't go there, because you technically can, The only reason you can't is because there's a man that says, "Oh, you can't
Exactly.
go down here. It's too dangerous."
Anything like that is bullshit. But the fact of Kalusia was we had to restore the lift. I'm okay with that. If you want to do it like that, and there's a good reason.
Yeah, it had like there was a story
So-
justification for
Yeah,
like why
I
you
don't
couldn't go
like
up there.
Thavna.
No.
I didn't
Stormblood
mind
had 2 of
Labyrinthos.
them.
Yeah, it did. Well, no, every expansion has had 2, except for Heavensward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Heavensward only
true.
has Sea of Clouds broken up, and that was just because of flying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
See ya clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have no real strong opinion on it. I mean, a lot
I
of
like
them
being
kinda
able to
justified.
explore.
I like zones being having 2 separate areas in terms of levels of the enemies. I don't like how we've transitioned more into the point of just like this zone only has enemies from like 66 to 68, and that's all.
Right.
True,
Yeah.
but then on the flippity, if it's like 92 and 98, and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to do my fates, you either have to be max level or like 98 plus to enjoy both sides of it, or you lose out on half the fates.
I mean, if you're
That's
fake grinding,
fine.
that's like, you know.
Don't try and say that's end game content.
No,
No,
but
it's not.
after you,
But also
it's after you
that
get your
does-
main.
That also doesn't bother me.
That's fair. It's, you know,
I
I only like it when it's got a good lore reason.
I agree with Melo there. I want to. There has to be a reason why we can't go. If I can see it, why I want to
Exactly.
know why I,
mean,
can't go there.
I didn't mind the reason in Old Charlian. I mean, you could see it, but like the reason is that like you are actually
The
just
bridge was
banned
out.
from going there.
Yeah.
Not in Old not Old Charlian. In I said Labyrinthos.
Oh, Labyrinthos. You said okay. Sorry, I was thinking New
Labyrinthos
Charlotte.
was
I never said the Fringes, by the way, which is probably the one you're talking about.
Fringes. You know
What
what?
bridge
No.
are you talking
I
about?
don't fucking remember. I'm just here. I'm
Having
just
a
vibing, dude.
Senior moment right
I'm just
now.
fucking
Yeah,
vibing, dude. Wasn't there a split section in what was it called? Charlian.
Or Old Charlian?
Was that called? No, New Charlian in Heavensward. I am having a senior moment, but I have to explain.
You're talking about the
myself.
Dravanian hinterlands.
Yes.
that one was bad too.
Yeah. There we go.
That
I
one
got
doesn't
there.
really bother me because you essentially have access to the whole thing straight away.
Yeah, that's true. You do.
It's just cumbersome
Yeah.
to go about it.
Yeah. Okay. Whew, we got through
it's
that.
Not, honestly, it's a bit of a gimmicky thing now.
Yeah.
Similarly with going in and being able to go to 2 locations, and it's the illusion of choice, but you still have to do both and then group back up.
Yeah.
We're about to look at Urqopacha. It's another split zone, but if you look at the map, it's much more stratified than Kozama'uka was. It seems to have access to both Kozama'uka and Tuliyollal, so at some point you must unlock the ability to travel here from Tuliyollal directly.
This is the real one. This is the best place. Look at this. Good music.
I assume the Pelu Pelu zone section is the section we'll be visiting in the first part of the story.
You mean like immediate landing there, or?
No,
There's
as
a
in
point
like
in the
this will be the
storyline.
part that we. This will be the part we explore during the the split section where you either get sent to
91.
Kozama'uka or
At some point, we will meet. Well, if the trailer's anything to go by, we will meet with the Yokhoi alongside the Pelu Pelu, and the Pelu Pelu seems to have guided us to the
I
Yokhoi.
don't think the benchmark is not been necessarily an accurate representation of what we'll experience. They have chocobos
Look at that.
in the
looks cool.
in the new world.
You would never expect this kind of thing in RP. Look how good it looks. Look at that.
This is beautiful.
They've
I
done
love
such
this.
a
Oh,
good
it's
so
thing. This has
cool.
been my problem with 14 for a while. Has been like how they deal with scale and like tricking you. This actually looks good. Like you
It
know,
looks so good.
It's still tricking you.
It is still tricking you.
100%.
And
Yeah.
if you
Looks
look
good.
closely, you can still see it. But in A Realm Reborn and pretty much everything since then, up until now, you can tell you're looking at a miniature that's way closer than they're trying to make it seem. So, but this looks pretty good.
Oh, look at that! Like This place is so cool. And there's the Gashed Mountain, which a lot of people are talking about.
Oh yeah.
There's another view of it. So something bad has happened here.
Yeah.
What's happened?
The volcanic mountain. I love that.
They're like claw marks that are like burning.
Something's
It's Apex
happened.
Predator. Spoilers. Super
Oh, I
Predator.
love this like tiered ruin. There was a Minotaur there. This cave has some funny
Look at this nice valley.
It's beautiful. I really like this zone. Could just fish here. Oh, the retirement plan.
In fact, you can spearfish here.
Oh,
Yay! We can go underwater.
I was
She's gonna
so
immediately
Look, it's
happy
so
that
fun.
both of these zones have
Immediately out.
diving.
immediately
For
leave.
however small it is, I'd rather have something than nothing.
I love how Georgi
I
just
agree with you.
just loves this fishing segment. Before he's done gushing about fishing, she's out of the
She's
water.
already like,
Yeah.
I agree.
Cares
I'm
that
on your
little
side.
about the underwater part.
They made some
I
nice
just
looking
need-
underwater
I don't-
zones.
I don't need massive amounts of underwater zones. I just want to be able to spearfish in more than one zone per expansion, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think if there's a deep pond.
Oh,
or a lake-
llamas! They better not be fucking aggressive.
Stop. We have
I
to stop
hate
calling them llamas.
when
They are
alpacas.
alpacas.
There are alpacas. I hate when animals that probably shouldn't be aggressive are aggressive. Like the
I
freaking sheep
agree.
in Labyrinthos.
Mm.
Yeah.
the
They
wild
should all be like
alpaca.
one. Oh! That cart's way too big. Do we have to start like a charity for uncared for alpacas?
Aggressive.
Ah!
It's just a regular cactuar, though. It's not
Yeah.
But
exciting.
he's like pickle colour.
He is pickle coloured.
It's pickle cactuar. Watch
Mm.
out.
Ah. Yeah.
Guy turned into a cactuar. It's the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, this is my favourite.
What if these were the hostile ones only?
Yeah. The Pelu Pelu were hostile. Oh.
Well.
Oh,
look at
the
that little-
blocky.
Crude
Blocky little alpaca statues.
made by crude hands.
Hands too small.
Oh,
to-
agave.
Oh,
Pineapples?
you love sucking on
I
some
think
agave.
Oh, it's
I think it's
agave.
agave.
So quick, I had no time.
Oh, there's such
It's like an
diversity in this zone
amphitheater
as
there,
well.
almost.
This zone must be massive. Dungeon entrance, probably.
Yeah, this zone
Probably.
is. Oh, there's the night
Oh,
theme.
but for the Yokhoi. Oh my god, is there a Yokhoi?
Yeah. There's 2 aetherites in this zone, and I suspect one of them will be at the Pelu Pelu
Oh,
location, and one will be in the Yokhoi location.
I like this night.
I can't ride the alpaca mount. I feel too bad.
Yeah.
Such a graceful creature, soon
Oh.
be a beast of burden.
Oh, Yokhoi. Nice eyes.
Trolls in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I think both of the songs in this region are more understated than the ones in Kozama'uka.
They are, yeah, I think. But I think I like that. It's nice to have one where it's
Mm-hmm.
more like just gentle music.
Okay.
I really like Urqopacha.
One thing I've noticed about all the zones that we've seen, the overworld zones that we've seen, is that the civilizations, that's not necessarily the word, the
Settlements?
settlements.
People.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The settlements seem much more like this is where the blank live and this is where the other tribes live,
Mm-hmm.
unlike Tuliyollal where they've all come together to live like collectively.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
seem quite big
Which I-
settlements as well, which is nice.
Which I think
Yeah.
is reflective of the culture of what's it called? Taral.
Mm,
Prior to the bringing together via the Mamulja.
right.
It was
Yeah.
only still somewhat recent, to be fair.
It's Gulul Jar Jar did it, and he's, how long has he been out ruler? I don't know how long, but he's not, can't live forever.
No.
Probably within the last 5-10 years, maybe.
The last zone that we haven't seen that's part of Yoktaral, at least, is the one that's home to the Mamulja and the Zabral, which is the Hrothgar clan that lives in Tural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. Those are the 3 zones that we have been given, or they were allowed to roam around in.
Permitted to view.
To perceive.
Permitted to
Interestingly, someone brought up like it was very cool to be in these zones, but they see the graphical update and at the back of their minds, there's like on the back of my mind when I'm looking at this, like the old zones though. What do they look like now? Because I still remember that dude with the shoes that put his feet in every picture of. You remember he took pictures of the ground and his feet.
Oh,
he took pictures on grass in Finland. He said that they were going.
Saudi Arabia did that too.
Yeah, he went back. They were working on the old zones, and they were making changes to the zones as well. He implied. So there are some things that I am really looking forward to, and they haven't shown anything.
The Azim step I'm really looking forward to, because like as impressive as it was at the time, it does look quite bare in terms of its foliage.
Yeah, it looks like a green carpet.
Yeah.
Yes,
it needs to look like a grassland.
Assuming that these are the 2 zones we'll visit first, and then like they'll split the population so as to not overwhelm either one. Which one do you think you'll go to without any knowledge of the plot for either of them?
Just based on
giving
vibes?
myself the treat first.
Yeah, just based off vibes.
Urqopacha. Kozama'uka is pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'd
too,
go to Urqopacha first.
Urqopacha has like a vibe.
I don't want to save dessert till second. I want the best part. I just want to go in and do the one that I think I'm going to enjoy the most first.
To Kozama'uka.
I mean, they both look cool, but
okay. Rollo will vibe with the waterfalls in Kozama'uka.
I mean, this is not we might change our minds depending on like maybe one will be with Alphino and one will be Alizé, and will depend on how they try and draw us in. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we move on to the dungeon, and now I don't even. My brain is working on overdrive reading these letters.
Ihuykatumu. They're called the Yok Hoi.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ihuykatumu. So it must be Ihuykatumu.
Ihuykatumu. There you go. Wasn't that hard actually? Ihuykatumu.
Something like that.
We're professionals at this.
Yeah. Ihuykatumu.
But it can't be related to the Yok Hoi. I guess it's just a word.
No, because the Yok Hoi, because based on the musical leitmotif, this dungeon appears accessible via Kozama'uka, which is not where the Yok Hoi live.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, there it is spelled out for you.
Ihuykatumu.
Okay.
The Amazon rainforest.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, let's.
This water is much muddier than the water we saw in Kozama'uka. I'll say that much.
That will give you the runs just by looking at it, man.
Oh yeah.
He'll kill you.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of big snakes live in there.
There's a lot.
Montezuma's revenge is real.
All right, let's have a look at what this looks like.
I really like this dungeon theme. It's quite fun.
Look, they're the enemy.
Yes, they're the enemy. We want to get somewhere first. I don't know where, but we're getting there.
That's not Gulul Jaja. That's the other one. That's the third.
Oh, that's the one with the
third
one.
Yeah. They mentioned two Mamul jars, so it's possible that the 4th candidate is also a Mamul jar. They mentioned 2 during this scene.
A white mage perspective, it seems.
Yeah.
So not going to be good gameplay.
They switch between white mage and tank.
So there's
see.
Yeah.
Zoral Jar. Zoral Jar might be the Mamul jar at the bottom of the key art.
I just have to say, this is my favorite part of the video, is this beginning part, because she starts as the white mage, and you can tell she's like, oh fuck, nothing's in the right place. And then I guess she's like, fuck this shit, and she changes her job to...
so real. So real.
I'm not dealing with this shit.
Class.
Environmental storytelling.
Look at Alizé defending Aaronville down there.
That's cool.
I want to know why they made... It's interesting that they made it so that you seemingly can't have Alizé as a companion for this dungeon.
I want to know
why they went with that.
I think maybe when we get in, though, it's possible that like her and Alphinaud can switch.
These withers were apparently released by.
They were on the back in a cage. See, there was
yes.
And now he's getting angry.
And then they sabotage our boat.
No, the weird glowing
ether
sucker, whatever that is, that pulls us along.
Not the ether
you
sucker.
You can have Alizé? Okay, that's good. Why would... I don't know why they would make Alphinaud a possible DPS then. I think that's weird if Alizé is available.
Wait, how did we stop this thing?
I love that it's like sped up. Alright,
yeah, it's funny.
No, that's how fast the game is now, actually. They didn't tell you.
Big manatee! Big grass-covered manatee.
Focus on the dance
the boss
fight.
theme,
This
by the
fight's
way.
amazing.
Yes, all the dances I think in this dungeon look good.
A little quick on its repeat, but look at the dance that you get here.
This is called the Prime Punoti.
Ugh.
It pulls the trees,
It's more like that.
God.
and then it chucks the trees out.
The glizzy gulper
It's
right
fucking
here.
impressive that it drops the trees so that they land base
Sorry.
down so they can drop.
Can we also point out that the AoEs seem to have been updated?
They have. They've
Yes.
got more vibrant and viewable.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if that's just because they're underwater, but I think it's all of them. And then look, it's got this bit with these smarties that spawn. And they like flop on you,
God.
which must hurt.
There
But
is
she's back to being a white mage.
Oh yeah, she's back. She's back. I don't acknowledge this part of the video because in my head
It does
canon is
feel
that
like
she didn't want to play
high
with
damage
white mage.
output as well. So not only is it a cool dance, but it seems to be high damage output. I think there'll be a lot to do. I feel like the fights aren't going to feel boring at any point.
I believe this is a reskin of the whale model that exists in the game.
That's my Lunar Whale reskin.
Look at them
That's
gobbling
what
up
I
some
fly on.
trees.
Oh, look at how big it gets. It's disgusting.
I like things.
Mantis can do this in real life too. Watch out.
Yeah.
I do like the new AoEs. If this,
I think they
almost
look way
believed
better,
you.
yeah.
What?
There's like a
Sorry.
glowing like edge coming off that one AoE there. I can't tell if that's just unique AoEs for this fight or.
Oh, it's hard. That's the trouble, isn't it?
I don't remember if
This
seems-
reminds me of the original AoE markers.
We get a
Mm.
confirmation. Thancred and
Chief Tunnel.
Urianger are working with Kwana. Oh, I thought it was here, but it will be a bit sooner. A bit later. After this
Oh
section.
yeah, we should maybe say there's going to be spoilers for this. So if you don't want
Oh, yeah.
that,
Well, I mean, you should have. I mean, that's.
It's the dungeon preview. It's never really
Yeah.
that much anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You can close your eyes if you want. Although, open your eyes again when we get to the boss. fight.
Oh, I love
The ladder!
glowing
Open
around
your
the
eyes!
ladder. It's like you have to.
Open your eyes, we got
stand
ladder.
in the circle. Here they are. Thancred sabotages the cave, so you can't proceed.
What? Urashi,
No.
Kona, and Koala Bear and Thancred.
I thought they were my friends.
And then these weird fucking jellies from Somal.
They copy you.
Sokai, I can't remember which one. No, Somal.
The sped up ladder climbing is so fucking funny. I don't like
This
seeing
is
ants.
me.
Oh, drowsy.
Well,
I'm
there's
sleepy.
Rosie.
He's not as elasticy as I wanted him to be.
I thought he'd be smaller from the little
I didn't think he'd be small. I never thought he'd be small. I just
like a
thought
little
But he
freak.
looks like a little man in the artwork. I
It
agree,
was
but
meant
it's
to
just
be
the perspective.
like Rudy size. Oh, look at him.
Why does he have control over the vines?
They show the direction they're facing now. Is that going to be true for everything, like even the ones in Echidna and stuff? Look at that!
And then, yes,
This
that.
is huge.
This is a big deal.
They've changed the text box that appears during fights. It is now just a
Oh.
big red line that
This is-
flashes on your screen, so you can't miss it. Because they're
This
very
is
like
easy to
Deadly
miss.
Boss mods.
Miss. Very easy to
Miss.
miss nowadays.
Yeah,
Ah.
this
It's
little
disgusting
blue
that he can, that Drowsy can sneeze up slime that mimic you.
That's a lot of ads. I mean, I know they got no health, but it's a lot of ads.
I mean, the other manatees were ads in the first fight as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but look at all these.
It would be nice if they do the old call-outs too in the older fights.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to think about, but like think about how this can play in Savage content and extremes. I just feel like the fights are going to be really good this time round.
Yeah.
Why does its dancing cause the vines to grow bigger?
Oh, it's sexy.
The vibes, man. Immaculate. If I was a plane, I'd grow.
I didn't like sexy Mela because it made me feel like they're aroused or something.
They are.
There is a new like marker as well for when you go up the ladder.
I love things
It's like a
that.
blue pulsing one.
Tomatoes.
I
Not
can't.
seen that horrible model for a while.
No, correct me in either the comments or chat. I don't think we've ever seen tomatoes on the sauce.
No. I don't believe so either. I only remember them from Raktika, and there were a few
Arborito?
extra bits.
No, I don't believe so.
No? Okay, never mind.
Don't think
Apex
so.
Predator!
It's a
Didn't we talk
Polygon
about this?
Scyther.
We talked,
We've seen it.
They
before.
talked about the Apex
Yeah.
Predators.
I
right? So they're not going to be cardinal virtues.
No.
I'm not 100% on this, but I think that this is a remodel of Ruby Weapon.
Could be. He's going to eat those.
He doesn't eat them first, he kills them and then he eats them.
He loves it. Look at him, he loves
Oh,
that.
yeah, and this is a
He loves
reference to that FF9 boss or whatever, of course.
Oh yeah, might be Emerald.
FF9 Beetle?
Yeah.
Yes, the Beetle.
The AoEs are quite big and hard to avoid. You'll notice that Miztec gets hit quite a few times.
I've watched her guide videos.
What does that mean?
What is that supposed to mean?
I always, because her guides are
I hope
always
she's
funny because it'll
watching.
be like,
I hope she is watching and sends you like a strongly worded
DM me, Miztec. If you DM me, I feel really honoured because
He does not deserve a DM from you after what
He
he
does
just
not
implied.
deserve to be
Miztec,
contacted.
DM me.
It's Abaddon from FF9. That's what I
Abaddon.
meant.
I literally lived like Miztec's guides were essential from
Yeah, they are essential
oil
because she
raids.
gives you all the correct information.
So much
but
so
then
that
video
in the first
background-
Fallen Rise episode, I do a reference to her video by saying that I'll be your... I don't even remember what I say. I'll be your lore guide, I think, which is a reference
Yeah,
to how
something
she...
like that.
Yeah.
It's all the correct information, and she tells you how to do all the mechanics. But then in the background, the video is sometimes like just the
This
party
fucking
wiping,
tornado
which is so funny.
that releases AoEs every now and then that are
I
it
love
tells
it.
you where they're going to be, but it doesn't warn you when it's going to release them. It's
That's good.
I quite like that.
That's what we want. We need this kind of shit in the game. I love it.
I feel like maybe now they're making the first dungeon. It's kind of like the, okay, wake up. It's been a while. Wake up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's it's not hard mechanic. Here's just a couple to kind of get you back in the groove.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when we were saying this, I think off stream on Friday or something, but dungeon bosses in 14, even now, are often very fun little dancing, very well designed, but they fail on extremes and savage because they make them too formulaic.
Yeah.
They
Don't do
often
that.
Yeah, I feel like they often feel as though they can be more experimental with dungeon
Exactly.
bosses in it compared to savage and extreme fights for some reason.
Yeah.
Needs to be experimental in hard content too.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to those that paused or muted or whatever during that. We won't...
Missed
Looks
out
really
amazing
good.
discussions.
No, yeah. I will say, this is not a spoiler for the dungeon, but like the change that they've made to like the text prompt above your head during a fight being like a red line that like for a second fills this, like the line goes all the way across your screen, like a big warning to tell you that like there's text that you need to read. I really like that. That's a good change because I barely ever read the text things because they're like beige and they're like just blend in at the top. Like it's so easy to miss. And you know me, I'm distracted by everything, so I need someone to go read text.
The thing that's popping up in the middle is important, whereas the stuff that pops up in the text box is often yapping. It'll be like,
Yeah.
the boss just going, "I am very mad," and then like it doesn't matter, and then suddenly it'll be like, Suzaku is readying a killer attack, and you've got to dodge really quickly. Like, where did that come from?
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's gonna, if they go back and implement that in old dungeons, which I really hope that they will. I think that will be a great way to teach people about certain mechanics that aren't indicated in any other way. If it is used in the Chimera fight in Cutter's Cry.
Yes.
Oh,
right.
please. If you've not learned how chimeras work in this game...
Well, Mela, they're new players all the time. New players. They happen.
Yeah, I'm not talking about players that have been playing for ages, Mela. I'm talking about players experiencing Cutter's Cry for the first time.
First time, but the thing is...
I mean, even though, Mela, even for people that know... I mean, I know the mechanic, but to get the prompt, now it's very clear when that happens. Like, there's a red flash on your screen.
It does also do the standard attacks, dragon and ram as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you wouldn't know that if you haven't played this game.
No, but once you've seen it once of both attacks, you should have learned. There has to be some effort on your part.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. All right. Moving on. It's time to talk about the jobs. Let's start off with tanks. And we start with Paladin. The old poster boy. It is interesting. I don't know if we've actually said it. We might have, but this is this the first time the poster boy is not an old? Because Stormblood technically had two. It shared it with Monk and Samurai, you could argue, but we've had Paladin for Shadowbringers. Stormblood, Monk.
Now. Yeah.
You're leaking.
Knight.
Oh yeah, you're leaking in this one. Dark Knight for.
If you don't count Samurai,
Shadow.
then yes, this is the first time that the poster job has been a new one.
Yeah. Paladin is back. We're so back with Paladin, are we not? How do we feel, Mela? This is your job, so you could argue Black Mage is more job.
Not through choice, but through necessity. But I mean, from what I can see, looks pretty cool. The upgraded Sentinel also has a really cool additional effect where it gives you a barrier that nullifies 1,000 healing potency worth of damage, which is pretty high, pretty strong stuff.
Yeah.
The upgrade for Requiescat, which is called Imperator, basically does nothing additional. It's just higher damage, but that's cool. The end attack for the Confiteor Chain, again, just does more damage. So it's as standard. It's 740 potency. It's just it's mostly more of the same. It's just a nice all round upgrade for Paladin.
Yeah.
There's no major changes, though. Important to note, they kept their gap closer. So that does damage. So remember that. Yeah. Because we're gonna talk about it some more later.
Yeah.
Intervene is a really good gap closer.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
They kept it.
Yeah. They kept that one.
I would. Well, I have to say, I would hate if anyone lost their gap closer. That would be terrible.
Supplication and Sepultura are the continuations of what's it called? Not Royal Gore. What's that skill that you can only use once you've completed your Royal Authority combo? Atonement.
Atonement. Yeah.
So Atonement now has, that's the 3 skill combo, so that it can do more damage each time.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really appreciate Goring Blade being only accessible while Fighter Flight's on. It's a weird band-aid for bad paladins, but fine.
It's just bringing up floor.
I think that's also to reduce button bloat, Mailer. It's so that when Fight or Flight is used, it transforms into Goring Blade.
Yeah.
It's a lot of jobs experience getting this expansion.
Yes. Yeah, so not much else to say really about a Paladin.
Yeah.
Paladin's pretty much where it should be, and there's not much change.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah. Sort of mirroring. Well, we'll talk about it in a second. All right, we'll move on to Warrior. Warrior.
I haven't looked at Warrior very much.
Oh, I mean, I'll say I don't think there are any major changes as well with Warrior in terms of what you're getting. There's some new inter-release stuff. It's the Unga Bunga that's ever Unga Bunga'd, and it will continue to Unga Bunga. So.
There's an upgrade to Vengeance into Damnation.
That's at level 92.
You get you kept your gap closer. Important
Keep
to
that
know.
in mind.
A gap closer that does damage.
Yeah.
I like that you're bringing this up each time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because
it will become relevant.
You have to
soon.
understand though that for Warrior and Paladin, the gap closer isn't just for gap closing. It's a part of your rotation to continue your damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's been for all of them, Mela.
Yeah, I know. But if some of them are getting extra buttons and it makes it difficult, I don't know their thought process, but it's
right.
Presumably the DPS will equalize.
Yeah.
Didn't it get something that also didn't it get more healing again, self-healing again this expansion?
Yeah, it's still all about the self heals. It's just continuing as usual. I mean, you've seen the new skills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say on that really.
No.
it does what it do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's not much else yet. Warrior, still Unga Bunga. Kept its gap closer.
So it's Damnation that gets a regen.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. A regen is pretty. I mean, that's pretty good. Getting a regen as a tank.
I know.
400
It's a 400 potency regen.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, they deserve it. Warriors are cool.
Which fits for Warrior. Yeah. That's what you want for Warrior. Okay.
It doesn't really. That feels weird. For my impression of a warrior is someone who does more damage the more damage they take, or something like that, like the berserker type thing. Healing is actually kind of weird if you think about the fantasy of the job, but whatever.
Right. Okay. Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, here it comes. You've lost Plunge. You no longer have a gap closer. You have Thunderclap, essentially. Where you just dash
still have
forward.
A gap closer. It's just not a damage dealing gap closer.
Yeah. But that's it'll make sense. If you look at the rotation in full, they're trying to reduce the kind of hecticness of the opener, really, or your kind of burst windows.
Yeah.
That's their thinking behind it. It goes a lot with some of the other changes of just, condensing some buttons. Was it Delirium and Blood Weapon, I think, that gets combined. I can't remember the names. But
Blood Weapon upgrades into Delirium now.
Yeah. So, crazy thing. So Steam gets an upgrade. It's whatever. He gets a new skill and some stuff, which is cool. But it's no longer tied to the gauge. You don't build up. It's just on a cooldown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least according to the benchmark, which might change for any of this stuff, of course. But yeah, Frey Steam is just a button you press and he comes out. You don't have to build up meter. Now meter is mostly just for your blood spiller. Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
I think that's nicer.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was annoying to have to build it up just to have a. What was he out for? Like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then most of it's the animation of him spawning and despawning anyway. I hate things like that.
Yeah.
Your version of your Sentinel upgrade for your Shadow Wall upgrade is really cool because when you drop below 50%, you just gain.
That's like it's an excogitation, but it's a self excogitation.
A free excog.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Obviously not as, no one will ever be as good as Paladin, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like that your level 100 skill is just like presses theme, disesteem.
Yeah.
Disesteem.
Well, Mela,
Yeah,
you say nothing will beat Paladin, and you're probably right. But Paladin has to work for it to heal. You know, you have to heal yourself essentially. But
Paladin, yeah.
a Dark Knight will just like pop, you know, Shadowed Vigil or whatever, and
It's free.
It's free, and he doesn't have to do anything because it'll just happen when it drops below 50%.
Yeah, because
you know,
like
I do
when it
like
expires.
that,
Yeah.
I do think Dark Knight has needed something like this because while in high-end content it's not as much of an issue, in dungeons, Dark Knights have become known as the tank that is the hardest to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so squishy, can't help it.
Yeah.
It's a nice ability. Also, all tanks, the upgraded Rampart gives you an increase to healing recovery by things that you do yourself.
Yes.
So that will help with that as well.
Well, what else does Dark Knight have to heal with? Is it only Shadowed Vigil?
No, they have their main combo heals them.
Oh yeah,
oh,
that's
okay,
right.
that's good.
Yeah.
In the same way that the
say-
Gunbreaker has the shield in their main combo.
Because I was going to say I wouldn't want to combine Shadowed Vigil and Rampart very often.
No,
if possible.
Yeah.
Oh, and Abyssal Drain too, but
They
it's
don't
not
have
good
as
these
much
days.
as you know. They don't have like a clemency or something, but it's something, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot less busy, which might be a plus or minus for some. And when it comes to your burst, I kind of liked it, but whatever, you know. Well, I'll get my hands on it and then I'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So Dark Knight there. Good.
This is Steam. Just looking at so when you do Living Shadow at 100, that gives you Scorn.
As a skill change?
No, it's like you get.
No,
so you can only
it's a
activate
trait.
this Steam.
Oh, okay.
You can only activate this Steam while
Yes.
Scorn is active.
Yes, Mela,
and you just spam
it's-
this is Steam.
No,
Or is
it's
it
like no, because you'll use your stack of Scorn. It's one of those things,
right.
like with Paladin we were talking about earlier, Mela. It's one of the things where to reduce button bloat, there's just like this button will turn into the next thing you press with it.
So basically, once you do Living Shadow, it does all the stuff, and then you also can do one Disesteem to the end.
Yes.
Okay, that's a shame, but still cool.
Well, if that's a shame, you're going to get it a lot this expansion, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah.
This isn't. 8.0 is the expansion for jobs. Don't worry, guys.
Right.
Rest in peace, by the way. The weird thing they had where Unmend, your ranged attack, would reduce the cooldown of your plunge, which you should never be using anyway, as far as like your ranged attack. But very weird thing that they kept for a while that felt kind of vestigial.
Yeah.
But yeah, plunge is gone. Rest in peace. It's a new skill that is just a non-attack version, so you don't have to weave it in with all your your burst shit.
But don't worry, it still reduces the recast time of Shadow Stride, as useful as that will be.
Yeah.
So are we happy with the change then to Dark Knight, the update, Rollo? Or
I was hoping they'd build up
the gap closer to rough for you. The
I mean,
loss?
it's whatever. I don't really care about the gap closer thing too much. I was
If
hoping
the
they would
DPS
build up
comes
more.
out the same anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm sure the numbers will.
Using a gap closer in your melee rotation feels weird. It's just good DPS. So to be honest, because you will now have, as Gunbreaker and Dark Knight, you'll now have a gap closer ready all the time for when you actually need to gap close. Whereas with the Paladin and Warrior, you might have just been using it in your rotation, and then the boss rushes the other side, and you have to run instead.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the range attack almost redundant, though, if you think about it.
That's also true, yeah.
But whatever.
Okay.
I will wait to get my hands on it. I was hoping to build up on the complexity, not just reduce button blow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Can't have everything.
I agree. With
almost every job we're going to be talking about today
Yeah.
has not seen any increased complexity at all.
Yeah.
No.
Some of them have seen reduced complexity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now on to the one I feel like I have the least to say about.
Oh,
in
I
terms
don't
of
care about
tanks,
Gunbreaker.
Is
I
Gunbreaker.
can
So
I can
Rollo,
talk about it.
Take it away.
In a similar state to Dark Knight, weirdly, where I don't know if you've ever remembered like theory crafting for Gunbreaker, but it was very much your fingers are dancing across the keyboard, especially on your opener. There was a lot to do, especially throwing in your 2 charges of your gap closer.
Oh, of course.
For the damaged one. So that was kind of the notoriousness of it. So that's, with that being gone, it's the button blood's been reduced a bit. The Condensed Bloodfest too. That does lead into a new combo that you saw in the video, the kind of like Kingdom Hearts floating looking one or whatever.
Yeah.
But it feels so empty now. It, like, if you look at a rotation of it, you don't hit as many OGCDs, sadly. It feels a lot emptier.
That's not.
I definitely think that's intentional.
Yeah, but I think it might have gone too much on it. Again, I can't say without having my hands on it. Could all subject to change too.
Right.
But yeah, and of course the gap closer, like I said, it's gone. It's just changed to a non-damaging one, like the Monk Thunderclap.
Right.
Its 100 is pretty much identical to Dark Knight. It feels like it's had the same treatment as Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, its 100 is tied to Bloodfest, so Reign of Beasts will make you ready to reign.
Yep.
I don't like all of their. I don't like how all of this, like, ready to rip, ready to raise, ready to blast, ready to break.
It's cute. I like it. I saw some people talking about it who went to the media tour and some other posts as well, where it seems like they're kind of trying to solidify Gunbreaker and Dark Knight are the damage tanks, the DPS tanks, which they've tried to kind of do that before. With having Warrior and Paladin now more the mitigation / healing ones. We'll have to wait to see how those numbers turn out, but that's what it's looking like at the moment.
I like that. I feel like they haven't leaned as strongly into having like specific MT and OT tanks as much anyway. It'd be nice if they pushed that a bit more.
Yeah.
Obviously, both they should be viable to do both, but
yeah,
it's cool to have one that's more leaning towards DPS and one that's more leaning towards actual tanking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm lukewarm on these changes too. I'm not a big Gunbreaker player, but I enjoyed pressing all the buttons. I'll say that at least.
Okay.
I think they look cool.
Yes. All the animations look great.
Excellent name for a skill.
Sorry, what?
Which one?
I think Lionheart is an excellent name.
Oh,
I
agree.
Great,
yeah, makes me think of
reference.
Squale.
Squale,
My favorite.
good old Squale. Okay, yeah. So that's the tanks. There's also, I mean, we talked about it before, but like they've changed a few of the cross, the roll actions. That's what they're called now.
Reprisal increase
reprisal.
in duration.
That's the most significant one.
Rampart, which increases HP recovery by healing actions. The only issue is it's on self by 15%, so it doesn't help healers.
No.
Which is a little bit... Well, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe
no, but that's what you want.
Maybe I'm just reading it wrong.
No, increases HP recovery via healing actions on self. It just means your healer's heals will be stronger. I think, yeah.
If that's what it means, then that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a
Everyone's
weird
happy.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I don't know how they. Yeah, I agree. But
the way I read it with that sentence is that it's only actions you do to yourself.
Oh no! I think that would be by own healing actions. I think would be or something like that. No, I think that's it's for all healing, all incoming healing, be it from you or from anyone else. Yeah,
that's really strong.
Yeah, and then the reprisal, which is now lasting for 15 seconds, which is very good. Okay, are we ready to move on from tanks then? I think we are. Unless there's anything else you want to say, you say now.
Forever hold your peace.
Happy with tanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's wait to get my hands on it, but yeah, it's just
that's how I feel about all of them. To be honest, it's so hard to look at just pictures of the skill.
I was caught off guard because it's been a while since I've seen this face to the right of me.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize you defaulted to that one now. Okay, well, that's
yes, I was
nostalgic.
I was caught off guard because I was expecting his normal aura.
Yeah,
jerky.
Yeah, wow. All right, let's move on. It's time for healers.
Who will be first? Oh, of course.
Hoi, hoi, hoi. Yeah, we start with
we're in the green zone.
Healers now.
Oh, I love the green zone.
We start with White Mage specifically, but we can look at the healer role actions. We should have done that with tanks as well. We start with the role actions that have been updated. So not much here. Swiftcast is the biggest. I mean, it's the only, I think, update.
That's for all casters too.
Yes, for all casters. Yes. The fact that it's 40 seconds is huge. Like that will. I use Swiftcast a lot to res people, but also just I love. Sometimes you need to move as a healer, but you also need to heal. And having Swiftcast ready to throw out like an AOE heal or whatever is so good. And now I can do it more. 40 seconds. It's perfect. So that's the only significant change to the or any change actually.
And thank God you still got the post.
There's the Addle and no, sorry,
that's not for healers.
That's not for us. Yeah. Okay, so let's go White Mage. Right, so
talk me through White
very not very exciting changes, which of course is except for the fact that we have a gap. Well, it's not even it's a gap. Let's call it a gap closer, but it's a thunderclap, as Rolla would call it.
It's a dash.
No, it's
a dash.
It's a dash. It's
because
an on
it doesn't need a target. Yeah. You can just go wherever you want.
I think you're the only other class with it.
I think
pretty much.
I haven't checked with every single job, so it might be incorrect, but I think it's the only job that's getting a skill at a lower level.
Yes.
Aren't they?
It's at 40 something.
It's a level 40 skill.
Level maybe, 40, exactly, yeah.
I think every class should have this, rather than a rush to target, but whatever.
It is.
I think not every class needs it. I understand why White Mage has it, because Holy is melee range.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So yeah,
what else you got?
So, there is.
I really like your level 100 ability. Looking at the
level 100.
Divine Caress.
Yeah, it creates a barrier, and then it's essentially they gave us shields again.
It's not a huge potency on the first
400
barrier.
Is the damage equivalent to 400, but once it breaks, it'll throw a region on the people affected.
A very high level hot.
200 cure potency for 15
potency
seconds.
Heal over time.
Yeah.
Yes. It combos with Temperance. It's another one of those instances where a skill will be replaced with another one.
Yes.
Oh, Temperance. Did they keep our favorite noob trap?
Yes.
Yes. Free Cure is still alive.
Free Cure live. Another expansion.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. There's also so using Temperance will give you Divine Caress, it gives you Divine Grace, which allows you to use Divine Caress. There's also the big change to Presence of Mind, which now gives you Sacred Sight. Which means you can cast Glare 4. It turns the action into Glare 4, which is an AoE attack, potency 570.
Confusingly.
Yeah, it is a little confusing. You get 3... Wait. Sorry, I don't remember. Do you get charges for this?
You get 3 uses of it.
Yeah.
You don't get charges. You get 3 stacks of Sacred Sight when you use Presence of Mind.
I see.
It'll be a buff.
Oh, sorry. That's another thing that we also need to mention is that Tetragrammaton has 2 charges now.
At level 98, yes.
Level 98.
A lot of raw healing.
Yes. Also,
that's mostly what all the healers got. You'll see that a lot.
Yeah. Also, Medica 3, they did it again. Yes. They added another number.
That's a really strong regen again.
Yes, 250.
We talked about this pre-stream. We don't understand why they decide this skill will actually change from Medica 2 to Medica 3, whereas your other skills will just have their damage increased.
You know
for
why?
Some reason.
They need to give us skills. Because we expect to get new skills. So they're like, Medica 3,
but
that's a skill now.
They basically don't want to change the job at all.
No.
Yeah, because we get new skills though, Lakil. I wouldn't have minded if we got like a Dia 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh god, yes, I would like a Dia 2.
Or an Afflatus Extra Miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like
depression.
Medica 3 got a little lost here. So cure potency is 250, which is pretty okay for an AoE
which
heal.
is the same as Medica 2.
Yeah, but then the regen effect is 175 cure potency for 15 seconds.
It's a 25 increase, which actually,
yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it, is that's how the game. But
yeah,
they're also the same MP cost.
It is
so
literally.
It's just a direct upgrade.
It literally could have just been a trait, but because they needed to pad
100%.
out the skills, they're like, oh, let's make it a skill instead.
But I mean, surprising for White Mage that they didn't change it from Medica 2 into like just a completely different spell from a different game, because they just fucking do anything with White Mage.
Yeah.
It could have been called like Holy Flare of Healing or something. They just do what they want with White Mage.
Yeah. Well, they do what they want, but they make sure it's not too much. It has to be it has to be nonsensical, but it can't change the job too much.
Yeah.
It has to be the same.
You got through every stone skill they've ever made in Final Fantasy, and then added like an extra stone skill, and they just had to change it again for something else.
Yes.
Insane.
In 8.0, the Medica 2 and 3 will be a trait. Sorry, Medica 2 is already a trait. Medica 3. Wait. How does this work? Am I going to have a Medica 2 and a Medica 3? How is that not just a trait?
No, Medica 2 directly upgrades to Medica 3.
So it is already a trait.
Medica Mastery.
Okay, I see.
But you'll have a Medica 1 and Medica 2.
It's just that they decided
to... So it'll be Medica 1 and Medica 3.
Right. Instead of... Okay.
I think.
I see. Medica 4... We'll still get a Medica 4. They can't
100%.
think of anything
Imagine
else to
if
give.
Medica
When the game
4
will have good classes.
Imagine if Medica 4 is the upgrade to Medica 1.
That's how I feel as a Black Mage, Gurgi, because there's such... You'll get high Medica 2.
Well, yeah, because there is no way for them to upgrade Medica 1. Because I use Medica 1 when Medica 2 is already...
If they follow the Black Mage system, it will be called High Medica.
Yeah. And then you'll have High Medica
8.0.
and Medica 4.
Let's go! High Medica, dude. Okay. So that's White Mage. I think White Mage is pretty good, doing pretty good in this.
I think White Mage
nothing lost for once.
It's pure healing. It's the purest of healing.
Yes, the kings of overhealing, White Mages.
Exactly.
So.
I think all of the healers are pretty... Well, we'll talk about Astrologian when we get to it. I think all of the healers that are getting direct upgrades are pretty good.
Yes.
And they're all getting damage buttons, more that aren't just upgrades to their dots.
Well,
Lakil's
been given an extra 3 damage buttons every... Is it 90 seconds or every 2 minutes, Lakil?
Yeah,
that's still damage.
That's true. 90 seconds.
What he
no,
deserves.
120
White Mages
seconds.
deserve more.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Okay, moving on then from White Mage to Scholar.
Oh.
How
What are we going Scholarland, Georg?
How are we doing here?
In Scholarland. In the same style as Medica 2 to Medica 3, Sucker is getting an upgrade.
Oh.
It's not called Sucker 2. No, it's called Consultation, which is just slightly stronger. It has a higher cure potency, which is nice.
Okay.
I can't remember what Sucker's
the barrier
cure potency is. I think it was
identical?
100. The barrier percentage is identical to what it was before.
180%.
But I believe the cure potency has gone from 150 to 200. I think. I can't remember exactly how much Sucker is supposed to heal. Because you try not to use it. Other than that, what have we got? We had we got the chains. The extra additional DPS we get every 2 minutes. Chain Stratagem will grant us Impact Imminent, which then lets us use Baneful Impaction, which is a 15-second dot with a potency of 140.
Yeah, okay.
Which is really high for a dot.
Yeah.
That's really good.
But
wow.
It's less engaging because I get to press it once, whereas Lakil gets to press the button
3 times. Yes.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah.
What's Seraphism all about?
Yeah, what is this?
Well, as per usual, it's not compatible with Dissipation, as is almost all of our capstone skills.
Yeah.
So that will transform us and then gives us access to certain skills like mana.
That's the one that gives you the stupid wings, is it?
Yeah, well, it's not just wings, it's a stupid robe too. And then it will turn Adloquium into a skill called He'll turn Adloquium into a skill called Manifestation, which is just a more powerful version.
Mhm.
And then he'll turn... well, it's not Succor anymore. What's it called again? It's called turns Consultation
Yeah.
into a skill called Accession, which is, again, just a more powerful version. That's combined with the fact that I believe Seraphism also increases your healing potency in general. It just feels very unnecessary.
Yeah.
I never understand.
Oh yeah, it gives you a hop just by casting it as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It turns... Yeah, we're the aura healer now. That's the thing that it does. It also resets emergency tactics, which is interesting for some reason.
Ah, it's crazy that like they've decided that your glamour doesn't matter in a fight. Everyone else's glamour can be viewed, but when you do this, you have to look. Everyone will look a certain way.
Yeah.
That's an unusual choice.
It is a very unusual choice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Recitation's cooldown is shortened to 60 seconds at level 98, which is very nice to be able to use that once a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
Not bad.
Beautiful.
Looks
So
decent
you're
overall.
happy with the changes, Kirgi?
I'm happy. We continue to be the healer that has far too many healing options that we don't need, because how could you ever need them?
Right.
There is not enough outgoing damage in this game. Yeah, maybe there will be.
That might
You
change.
just push up your glass and you're prepared for anything. I've already analyzed this fight and know every possibility ever and prepared for it.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on then to Astrologian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can talk about this one.
Oy, oy, oy.
Okay, I'm glad you can, because I've been avoiding looking at the changes.
Oh, okay. It's honestly not hard to explain. The healing parts of it, for the most part, are all intact. I'm still a regen healer. The main difference is the cards. Cards, not RNG. You will always get 3 cards from either 2 different sets. So, but you can play them in any order, which is important. You'll get 3 cards and then leaf crowns or thorns or whatever.
After the job action trailer, people were very worried that you would only be able they'd have a set order that you had to use.
It felt like it was always the set order in there. Yeah.
That was the fear.
Play 1, play 2, and play 3.
So it's sort of like the older card system where the cards no longer are just increased damage for this roll, 3% or 6%. So yeah, you have 4 play buttons now, which is why they've condensed a lot of this too. I think Divination has an immediate, or is it? Divination turns to Oracle now. The new skill Oracle. Actually, I don't think there's that many.
I really do appreciate that. Like you said, I'm just reading through the card changes. Like Spire is a barrier, Ewer is a hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so they brought it back to closer to Heavens with Astrologian, so that's a huge bonus in my eyes.
Yeah,
it's a meeting halfway, but the effects aren't as fun as they were before, unfortunately.
No, but...
So like your first hand, I think it's always going to be Balance, which is the 3 to 6% depending on the roll. Arrow, which is the healing increased healing recovery of received actions.
That's like just a
buff. By 10%. These numbers don't matter. Whatever. Don't worry too much about that. No. The Spire, which is a shield. Barrier. And then you'll get Lord of Crowns, which is the same thing, just does damage. And your next hand, which is every 60 seconds. So
you have to swap between Astral and Umbral. You can't choose which to start with.
That's what it looks like. Okay. I think.
It would be nice sounds to choose, but
I feel like they've just gone in the direction of Summoner with this.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah,
but just more. At least it's more interesting in terms of the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unusual though if you're forced to have Balance as the first one. In like a terrible party where it's all ranged, you'd have to just give it to the tank, which is weird.
Yeah, it's that's more in like pugs or whatever. That's just how it is. But
that's true.
In a raid team, you would have the roles filled out properly.
Until June. Oh, sorry. Until early access, all the cards are good. Equally good in how boring they are.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
It's either 3% or 6%.
Either give it to a melee if it's
Or
blue,
ranged.
I think, or you give it to a range if it's pink or something. I can't remember, something like that.
Yeah. But now there's 2 damage cards for the 2 different roles.
And then everything else has an actually unique thing. It does kind of like how it used to be in Heavensward. But they're all quite good. Like a barrier's good, hot's good, increased healing action received is good, reduces damage. So the bowl is doing, I think, what the bowl did in Heavensward, which is cool. It's like a
reduces damage taken.
Oh,
yes,
yes,
that is.
taken.
Yeah.
Damage reduction.
Yeah.
it's bringing things back. It's a really good halfway point, like you say.
Yeah.
But divination, or sorry, the seals and God, what was the you would get the 3 seals and you'd use the skill to
and if
like
it
a
was
buff.
like
Dead, gone.
Yeah.
You do not get seals anymore.
That.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think
thought
the
that was
seals
a
fucking
cool-
sucked.
I thought it was
The equivalent of
Astro
Glare
Dragon.
3 and Baneful Impaction for Astrologians is Oracle, which is comboed with Divination.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I don't like that Sun Sign is its own skill. The Astrologian level 100 skill is something you have to press separately from Neutral Sect. I think it should have just been traded into Neutral Sect.
Surprisingly, it's not they're very picky in choosing some of the stuff, weirdly.
The only reason I believe that to not be a trait exclusively is because you need a level 100 skill, and they're like, what do we give them?
Give them a special button. But this is
Give
meeting
them an
halfway,
AO.
sort of.
Their level 100 skill isn't a bowl.
Yeah, it is.
It's really boring
It's
level 100
very
skills.
boring.
Really good. Just
really
bowl.
unexciting.
Yeah.
But who
So
knows? Maybe it will be the expedient of the expansion where it looks boring, but then it's actually one of the most broken skills in the game. It won't be.
Yeah.
You never know.
But
you can only get your sun touched. Go inside.
You will be
Astrologians.
decidedly way less busier on Astrologian now. You are not fishing for any kind of seal or card or nothing. You have 60 seconds. You have your hand, and that's it. You play them when you need it. I missed the juggling. I think that was the funnest part.
I think Astrologian was a little bit stressful with the juggling though.
But that was the fun. Not for seals. Seals sucked. I hated fishing for seals.
Oh,
but
don't fish for seals. Just go in order and just use the skill. Who cares?
That fucking sucked anyway. Only the level 2 one was kind of worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's. I mean, I just got to try it out and see. I'm mildly positive, I would say. I'm glad the cards.
I like the look of it.
Yeah.
Compared to what we have now, and like the butchering of Astrologian since Heavensward,
it is an improvement. But with some drawbacks, I think. Like I said, I really missed the juggling.
Most of the complaints I've seen about it are just like they took out the RNG, so people that wanted RNG are disappointed. But other than that, it looks way better balanced and designed.
Yes.
White Mage has more RNG than Astrologian for free cure.
Right.
You can fish for a free cure more than you can your fucking own card.
Bringing up free cure.
You can fish for the Benefic 2 upgrade too.
I mean,
I chance for that as well.
I get it. This is the place Astrologian is going now. So
well, I feel like at least it seems like they're finding their way a little. Finally, like it's this is the right path, I think, to go down now.
I'm
but we'll see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, an extra charge too. That's important. Kind of like
I'm sincerely hoping that it doesn't get another complete redesign next expansion.
Let's see. Maybe people will be nostalgic for seals. They're like, "Oh, you guys missed seals."
Yes. Okay, moving on. We do actually have to speed up a little bit. We'll talk less about classes that we don't really play. So we have to just
melee.
Yes. Sage. Yeah, Rollo?
I can go by Sage too because I love Sage, but Sage doesn't get too much. It already came out really good. It's like with any new job from last expansion, it's pretty fully formed. The biggest addition is Arrow 3 is back, but only for Sage. It is not 100 or 200 second cooldown. It is you just cast it. It's free, baby.
Oh.
So you will do DPS. The numbers on it are kind of iffy right now. Don't look at those. It looks like the AoE version of the dot is better than the normal one, but just ignore that right now.
Okay. Yeah, numbers are.
I think it's
subject to change.
I mean, it's not 100% free. You do have to use Discrasia first.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's nothing. But there's no real major additions, I would say. Even some of the new skills are mostly just
Eucrasia, sorry.
Yeah.
Their upgrades like the shield, with Eucrasian Prognosis 3 now, straight from 1. No, sorry, 2. Sorry.
No, that's a 2.
It's 1 to 2. It's 1 to 2. That's my bad. And the 100 skill is just
the 100 skills like a long-term AoE, like Zoe or something. It's
another option to press, similar to Scholar. Scholar and Sage are the same thing. They have a lot of options for stuff. So.
Eudaimonia. Which one was that again?
Yeah.
There was so it increases healing potency by 20%. So you're going to be doing lots, but also every time you land a spell, it gives it's kind of like Cardia. But for everyone, every time you do spells, it gives them a bit of HP.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I like Sage. Having now starting to level it, I'm really enjoying Sage.
It's good. I think it's the best healer. It's so fun.
It's really, really enjoyable.
Sage is very, very fun.
Yeah.
It's maybe the one I would actually continue playing.
And I feel like you don't really see a lot of adjustments or changes to this job because it doesn't really need it.
It's in a really good spot. It's such a because it lets you just do the fight properly and stuff.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about no dumb fairy, and I can have shields. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Eucrasian Dyscrasia is the new Arrow 3, by the way.
Right. That's the one. Yeah.
But it's a shit name.
It's very confusing.
It is funny.
Well, if you read Greek, apparently it doesn't make sense either.
No.
They're opposites of each other.
Yeah.
Eucrasia means you have a healthy body, and Dyscrasia means you have an unhealthy body.
It's
healthy and unhealthy, all in one.
Unhealthy healthiness.
Yeah.
This just means nothing.
Okay.
But
well, that's
cool.
That's healers for you.
Who are we doing next?
It's time
Keel
for
Bravestone?
melee DPS.
Oh shit! Who the hell?
Oh, you're gonna leak out of your frames again. But here we are.
Ich bin leaking.
Ich bin leaking.
Ich bin leaking.
Right, we start off with Monk.
I hate Monk. I understand it when I'm leveling it, and then that information immediately leaks from my mind, and I have no idea what it is anymore.
Overwhelming
I will keep
job.
it simple for you guys. It's easier because it tells you the order of the buttons now to press. Like it will flash when you need to use Dragon Kick or something for your dot. It'll flash when you need to use the Boot Shine buff. Forgot what it's called. It's on autoplay. You don't. I mean, it wasn't particularly hard. I guess it was like 1, 3, 2, something like that. Some kind of pattern.
You just switch between the two. It had like 2 or 3 rotation that you switch between. It wasn't hard. I really like the new Beast Chakra Gauge. It's cool.
Demolishes the dot.
Is Monk the only existing job that has had an addition to their job gauge? ? Or is there more?
Black Mages has an
addition. Black Mage, you got an extra polyglot, didn't you?
Yeah.
No,
and we get the fire wheel as well.
Oh yeah, shit! You actually got you're right. Yeah.
Also, thank fuck they've finally replaced Boot Shine, True Strike, and Snap Punch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, such a Realm Reborn fucking animation scene.
I know, that's so
it's the random like
yeah.
Hated it. It does play the same. It just tells you what buttons to push, so it's
yeah.
They've had some really cool upgrades to their riddles.
So
they all now, instead of just doing one buff, they now all turn into an additional thing that can happen. So Riddle of Earth becomes Earth's Reply, which is a AoE heal, which is pretty cool for a melee DPS to have. Riddle of Fire becomes Fire's Reply, which is a very high potency AoE. It's a 1,300 potency AoE.
Is that their capstone? Level 100?
Yeah, level 100. Yeah.
Yes,
that's their cool. And then the other one, Riddle of Wind, becomes Wind's Reply, which is a line AoE attack. Which again, potency 900 to all enemies with no fall off. Pretty strong.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those things where like I never liked Monk, ever, at all. I can appreciate it that people that do don't like fucking playing it. But now that I think a lot of Monk players don't like this, I might like it.
Yeah, I think looking at it
Thank you
now,
for
I
your
actually think it
sacrifice.
Yeah,
I like the look
I
of
didn't
this
mind
one.
it. I didn't mind it this expansion, and I think I like it even more based on what I'm seeing now.
Yeah.
Monk's looking cool at the moment. I think they're having something change with their chakra gauge, with meditative brotherhood, but I don't. There's a lot of shit in here.
Yeah, you get the chakra overflow now, which is useful for downtime. There's some quality of life stuff. I think the major things are it's a big ass fly near me. Go away.
Oh no.
You are too big to be here.
You are too big.
Sorry, I never saw a fly that fucking big. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. So, I will be happy to try this out. I don't anticipate monks to be very eager for a lot of these changes, but we shall see.
Okay. Yeah. Give it a go. Melee DPS in this game often feels very similar to me. They all a lot of them seem to have a very similar combos. So
Positionals survive another expansion.
Yes, that's right.
That's true.
Yeah, you get them for one more.
Positionals are important.
But watch out, 8.0.
Well, that's when the game will peak.
That's
when we get all the job changes.
Right. Also, really like we said that, but the Beast Chakra gauge is really cool. I like it. All right. Moving on then from Monk to
next?
Dragoon.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I don't think they've changed a whole lot. I think they've just added on.
Spine Shadow Dive is dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's very sad.
Now.
Yeah.
I don't like the loss of Spine Shadow Dive.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I always hated your animation, especially after the introduction of High Jump. I hated fucking doing Spine Shadow Dive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have too much to say about Dragoon. I don't play it as much.
Well,
but weirdly they were like, yeah, we're gonna reduce or the bloat a little bit. But that doesn't seem to be the case if you look at a full rotation.
They apparently received feedback that said people said that they were fine with it as it is. So they've mostly just reduced the requirements for uptime and stuff. So mostly Dragonfire Diver's got a combo action.
No life for the dragon anymore.
No, they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Star Diver has a combo action.
Well, that's their capstone now, Starcross. It's not that interesting. It's just a 700 potency AoE with a 50% fall off. It's actually a pretty shit capstone, in my opinion, but fair, I guess.
I mean, don't worry about those numbers. Like I said, it'll probably change.
I mean, most of true. All the jobs will be very closely balanced anyway in terms of DPS. It doesn't matter, but it just sometimes when yours says 1300 and you feel super powerful. And when it says 700, you think, whatever.
Yeah.
When is True Thrust getting an upgrade?
Oh, please!
Why is it still this impotent?
Yeah.
There's the combo.
I love it.
Build up.
Yeah.
There's you do all these cool fucking Dragoon, you're spinning all over the shit, and then for 1 second you turn to a fucking wood whaler again.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because at least Vorpal Thrust and Disembowel are getting upgrades. Maybe with 8.0, True Thrust will be upgraded.
I love the little poke. He's just poking. It's great.
When you're level 100 and you've got these new abilities, and it's a tiny little, and then suddenly you go to Lance Barrage, which is like a Kamehameha.
Yeah. It's good. It's cute.
How many surviving Rubberborn actions are there now? They're really starting to fall apart now, or fall away.
Yeah, there are.
Rest in peace, Rage of Alone. Dumbest looking animation.
Oh,
Rage of Alone is a better animation than Royal Authority.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Shut up.
Oh my god. Oh no, just move on.
We have to move on.
Just go.
All right. Ninja.
Oh,
Yeah.
literally, Rollo.
Rollo?
Yeah. I haven't played Ninjas in fucking heavens or
Oh, well, none of us then.
I do know for the most part what's going up. So Huton is dead. It's a trait now. You will never cast Huton ever again. You
Goodbye,
just have the built-in
Pinwheel.
buff. Similar to Grease Lightning for Monk. Yeah, no more Pinwheel. Now Armor Crush is still there, which was that was used to upkeep Huton. But now it will give you a kunai, and then you spend the kunai, I think, on your finisher combo, and yeah. That's all I can really say. It's not aside from the Huton change. I think one of the mudras changed too. Oh, yeah, I guess the Huton mudra changed.
It would have to have changed.
Yeah.
It's fuck, I forgot what it turned into. I'm sorry.
I'm trying really hard to find it here.
I can't even find what their capstone.
Because there's just so many like names. Huton deals fire damage with a potency of 240 to target and all enemies nearby it. Additional effect grants Shadow Walker. Shadow Walker effect allows execution of actions which require the effect of hidden without being under that effect for 20 seconds.
It's the AoE version of Sweeton now, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, Hellfrog medium upgrade. Fuma Shuriken survives another expansion. Weirdly, you have not been useful since like Heavensward. So good for you.
Yeah.
I wish it was not Death Frog medium. I wish it was Hell Frog large.
Death Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get your Tenchi-jin gets an upgrade too at the level capstone for I think a follow-up after you do your mudras.
Tenli Jin though is its capstone there.
Can't say that much more. I'm sorry. I've dropped my kunai long ago.
All right. Well, that's Ninja. Samurai.
Oh, God, I actually forgot Samurai existed.
I tend to forget about Samurai existence.
I know a lot of people love Samurai.
I know, yeah. I see them, but then I just don't think that they.
I just hate Samurai.
Okay, I don't hate Samurai. That's not.
I find it so annoying.
That is not
play.
right. That's not right.
That is not right. That's
just not right, is it?
It's fine if you enjoy it. So their capstone turns some of their skills into Tendo skills, so Tendo Goken and Tendo Setsugeka. But the cap of that, Tendo Kaishi Setsugeka, delivers a crit hit with potency 1020. That's pretty nice to have something that high with a crit. I mean, a lot of their skills are crits, like Mudari Setsugeka is a crit hit, but that is a big crit hit. And that's at least one cool thing about Samurai is it has like guaranteed crits, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's my that's the cool thing about you.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that your combos just, I don't know, feel so slow. Maybe it's just because this game has such a long GCD.
It's so because you're not fucking getting your buffs up, then make them quicker, you bitch.
Fuck, play the game, dude.
Was it? You're not doing your fucking Shifu? That's why.
What the fuck? All right. That's it on Samurai. I guess.
Yeah.
Can't
we
wait
play
to
a
read
lot of jobs. Just there's like a minor
there
gap
has to be a few jobs that we are not proficient in. I'm so sorry. It just happens to be this one and the one before.
No insightful commentary there.
No.
Everywhere else we've tried. I think we've done a decent job.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I think we play tanks, healers, and casters.
Yeah, that is kind of what we do.
Melee.
Physical range.
Oh, and Rollo.
Oh, yeah, physical range too. Yeah, Rollo, you're our melee expert.
Yeah.
So,
and when he can't get you an answer, we're fucked.
I don't like Samurai that much. I haven't played it.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Samurai is the job that I dread leveling because I don't know what any of the buttons do. If I was more interested, I'd have learned it better.
I'm already on the back foot because it's not in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's in some foreign devil tongue. I
All
can't understand
Japanese
it.
to me.
Okay.
I'm clicking all the buttons. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
It still has the really annoying dot where you have to click like 3 buttons before you can apply the dot.
No,
All
you
right.
only have to press 1 really to apply the dot melee.
This man just can't play samurai. He
Awful.
can. It's in his blood. He
Yeah.
can't.
Apparently.
yeah. I was born against samurai. Sorry.
Whew. Okay. Reaper then.
No
Are there
major
any
changes.
No major changes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Same thing with like
It's already
Sage.
in a good position, isn't it?
It's same as it ever was, which was for one expansion since it just came out. You get a follow up in your Enshroud combo, which is like the big swirly vortex of red, which looks cool. The Enshroud combo, or sorry, the name of the skill that gives you Enshroud, like a charge of it or gauge for it. It used to give you gauge, now it just gives you a charge.
Right.
Which is a lot of jobs going forward. A lot of them just get like a charge to use their fancy schmancy skill. I think like hyper charge on machinist as well. It doesn't give you gauge, it just gives you the skill to use the gauge.
Yeah.
What
All
is
right.
that?
Communio can now combo into Perfectio.
Perfectio, is that their cap? Oh yeah, Perfectio
so.
Occulta when using Plentiful Harvest.
Yeah.
Perfectio Parata. I don't know why any of these things are. It's just an AoE.
It's largely
1200 AoE with 60% drop off.
You get follow-ups. It's mostly.
I mean, that's a massive theme. This expansion for the capstones is a big AoE with a decent drop off.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
That's what we're doing at level 100, guys.
We're AoEing.
Lots of AoEs.
Yeah.
I hope you like AoEs.
Okay, but it's just a good update. There's no like big changes to Reaper then.
Reaper was for people who like Reaper. Reaper was in a really good position.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I felt like it had too much mirror between its single target and AoE rotations. Like there was too many equivalent abilities, which made me a bit annoyed.
I liked it a lot. If you enjoyed old Reaper, it seems like you'll enjoy. I say old,
Absolutely.
current Reaper. It'll be the same.
Okay.
Reaper's cool.
All right. We also forgot to mention the roll actions for melee, but
I don't think there's any
Second
changes.
Wind has been
Second-
upgraded.
Is that a higher potency?
Second Wind and Fate get upgrades.
Yeah. So
That's about it.
That's it.
Faint
has a longer. It's like
it's
a
15
reprisal.
seconds instead
15
of-
seconds.
Yeah.
Same thing with Addle too for
Adults the same
casters.
thing, yeah.
Yes. Okay. That brings us to the poster job. Poster job number
job.
1 of.
Right, guys. So it starts with Steel Fangs.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, it's okay.
It's not
It
a
will
very
be
hard-looking
difficult
job.
to explain this without any kind of visual, but ignore the job gauge. Essentially, it's basically just the light up combos.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Okay.
It looks complicated for no reason. The only thing that matters on the job gauge are the pips to get you into the next. Basically the Enshroud state where you use all the blue fancy skills that are very quick.
I was gonna say I think that's the only part that matters. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying that like it's very. And the worst I've heard people saying is it's brain dead, but I just think it sounds like you get into the zone when you play this job. It feels very automated.
It is like button lights up, you press button. Next button lights up, press. That's the job.
Yeah, it's not. The job gauge itself is it glows and stuff, which looked complicated, but that just corresponds to a button you need to click. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And then you have combo enders that are either flank or rear. It's. I will say though, if you look at a hotbar setup for this, it has so many condensed skills. It seems like you barely need any buttons to play this.
I like that though. It's a PvP job in PvE.
Yes.
It's going through. It's the melee summoner.
Yes.
It sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
think
looking
it looks
forward to
bad.
trying it.
But it's. I think it's exactly what you expect. It is a very fast, flashy, almost kind of Reaper-esque. Has the Shroud.
Simple Reaper.
But
Reaper's already simple.
This is simpler, I feel. This is just click the glowy button.
Yeah. I don't even say this in a negative way. I do think this is probably an easy execution job. But there might be something there we don't know yet, but I still think people will have fun with it, and it looks fancy.
Yeah.
It looks fun to play. I was worried when I first saw Yoshi-P show it off, but that was just because it was Yoshi-P.
Fucking understand what he was doing.
It looks so fast.
Yeah, when I got to see it, like other people play it, I could see. Okay, it is actually quite fun.
Actually, okay, this will make a bit more sense, I think. It's like Monk and Reaper together, where Monk has like the kind of branching combo thing.
Mm-hmm.
Reaper has that, but with the Reaper in Shroud mode, sort of. And the flank and the rear attack, so that it gives you a better concept of what it is.
Yeah.
Click glowy buttons until the gauge fills up, then do really cool flashy things.
If you can play Whack-A-Mole, you can probably play Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? That's a good way. That will pull me into melee, I think, because Monk scares me.
I think we need a job like this.
Monk scares me. Viper,
Monk has
it
lots of
pulls me in a
buttons.
little because it's
And Reaper might not be complicated, but it has lots of little things which, it has a button to go to dash forwards, and a whole other button to dash backwards, which is a lot of interesting bloat compared to every other job in the game.
Just like Reaper. Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's this is going to be very nice, very easy.
Mm-hmm.
You'll look
This'll
cool.
be
Everyone will be amazing.
Yeah. The Red Mage of melee DPS.
Yes,
that's a good
way. Yeah.
In terms of its difficulty or execution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's all we have to say on Viper. Looks good.
Eager to try it. I will thoroughly give it a shot.
Yes. Okay. That's melee DPS done. Let's jump into ranged physical DPS.
Oh,
there only
we
three?
We got stuck in the darkness for a second there.
There's only three.
There's only
guys, we
three.
survived
Only
fucking
three.
melee DPS.
I was looking for the other one.
We're almost guaranteed another ranged
Yeah, I think we need more range.
Bard.
What's going on with Bard then? They've changed the songs to be even better, haven't they?
I'm sorry, but I can't look away from that fucking weapon. It's so ugly.
So stupid in a good way.
It's
sort of.
It's like,
but also in a
I
bad
love it
way.
and hate it so intensely. I don't know how to feel about it, but
so bold.
Ugly isn't the word.
They've upgraded Bloodletter finally.
Okay.
Yes, Bloodletter
nice.
is getting an update to Resonant Arrow.
No. Heartbreak Shot.
Oh yeah, Heartbreak Shot. Sorry,
Sorry.
I was looking at the wrong one.
Resonant Arrow is Barrage. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Barrage combos into Resonant Arrow.
There's the big change too. Everyone's already said it, but songs don't need a target anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Songs are getting good. They're buffs again. It's support.
Why did they change it to mean a target? It's very weird
stupid.
change. And was it Endwalker? No, sorry, Shadowbringers. They did that, I think.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
Bard used to be so much. Felt like a really good support class.
Wide volley is so back. We're so back.
It's not the wide volley you remember.
No.
The wide volley is getting retroactively refitted as a lower level version of Shadow Bite, which doesn't exist. Right.
But I'll take what I can get. You know. It's kind of.
I do
back.
miss wide volley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Bard.
Their
We're
Radiant Finale turns into Radiant Encore now. Which I'm desperately Oh, it's there. It just it does a. You'll never guess it. It only does a bloody AOE DPS attack that has a 50% fall off. But
what?
It does more the more Coda you have.
I see.
Which is nice. It's nice that Bards have absorbed Astrologian Seal.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they've taken it.
Yep.
I mean, the difference between Bard and Astrolabe... Well, Bard always had these from like level 90.
Yeah.
But also, there's no RNG involved.
Well, yeah.
True. Yeah, I think...
So don't be using Radiant Encore with only one coder, or everyone will laugh at you.
Well,
yes.
Always. It'll be interesting.
Unless the boss is disappearing and you're not going to get another opportunity.
That's true.
It will be interesting to see how Bard players feel about the change to the songs. I have seen murmurs, already, but I think this is good. I'm excited to bring back original Bard.
It's going back to the way life should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
The change to the songs was icky, and I'm glad they've made it feel more like it's the support job again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Bard.
Cool Bard.
Cool
Barding
Bard.
it up.
Machinist.
Oish. I've not played Machinist for a long time.
I don't get... I'm not good at Machinist. I shouldn't say I don't get it. I'm not good at it.
I can tell you about it. It's no real major changes here. Aside from the barrel stabilizer, like I said, same thing with the Enshroud buff. It just gives you a charge of hypercharge. Fuck, is that what it's called? Overload, something like that. That makes you do the heated shot.
Hypercharged is something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that it doesn't give you a meter. It just gives you the stuff to do it. Now, okay. Chainsaw, right? The fancy one they got, all right, and then they got drill, right?
Oh yeah, I love drill.
And 2 GCDs, right? That you switch between, and you use your critical, your reasonable thing, so you get the critical strike on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would think the new skill, Full Metal Field, which is
Metal Field. Guess what it is though?
Yes, go ahead.
It's an AoE.
No way.
700 potency with a 50% fall off.
No.
You'll never believe it.
They've done it again.
Holy shit. It's crazy, dude.
But yeah, now you're gonna have essentially three drill buttons. That's what you'll have. None of them are upgraded to the newer one. It was air anchor.
Barrel stabilizer goes into Full Metal Field, so you have to use barrel stabilizer and then hypercharge and everything else, and then chuck that out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it is.
I like Machinist, but I mean, I still have fond memories of the bullshit like 27 button opener from Heaven's Word. Machinist has always been a fun. I don't know. It was one of the first alt jobs I bothered leveling.
I miss placing those rook turrets in the bishop turret.
Yeah.
That and Goss Round and Ricochet get upgraded to double check and checkmate, which had the way cooler animations than fucking heated shots, which all looked really dumb still to me. But whatever.
Okay.
Why would you ever not want to use checkmate? Obviously you would want. Obviously, the skills you want would depend on if it's single target or not. But checkmate is obviously better. Double check means the king can still escape check.
Oh, you're talking about...
That's true.
I see.
Oh.
Yes. I was like, what are you on about?
No, because you're going back and forth because it's a new match. You double check them, then you checkmate them. And you start a new match, you double check. There you go.
Yeah. It's a very intense game, Georgi.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's Machinist, and then Dancer.
Yeah, when is Machinist getting a skill based on en-passant?
En passant.
Only for rook turrets. You can make it
Oh, that's a weird and old reference, but there it is. Why? I don't even want to remember.
The Svans food reference.
No.
Gotta get all the chat.
Okay.
I'd say Dancer's barely fucking changed in a good way. Dancer, now it's good.
Dancer's fun enough.
Yeah.
Dancer has been solid for 2 expansions. It will continue to be solid for another expansion.
Yeah,
you get some nice new skills. Enjoy.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think its capstone, from what I can see, is called Dance of the Dawn.
Okay.
You'll never guess what it is. I tell you.
Sorry, what is it?
This one. This is a big one. This is an AoE attack, DPS attack, but this one's a potency of 1,000, which seems bigger.
Okay.
50% drop off. But this also costs 50 esprit gauge, so that's a slight difference.
So that's something.
You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
You just pay for it.
Wow. Really?
Really? I honestly wish we hadn't done this, so I didn't realize how the same every capstone is.
I could have told you this at the start, Mail.
Yeah.
I like to dream.
Yeah.
All the jobs. Don't worry, guys. 8.0, they're going to get the identity back.
Okay. All right.
It's also got a combo action out of standard finish, I believe. Or standard step.
Okay.
That's nice, actually. I think standard step always it feels weird to me, at least. Like, it feels unusual to just jump in. I don't know, it's every minute, isn't it? It's
every 30 seconds.
30.
Oh, it's too little. And then the fact that the GCD increased when you go in is weird too. It throws me off.
Decreases, you mean?
Yeah, it's like fast suddenly, and then it goes slow again.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have something to do afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that might make it flow better for me, at least. I struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Dancer, be cool. Dancer, be cool. Okay.
Dancer, be cool.
Dancer, be cool. Okay.
Hold me close to Tiny Dancer.
Oh, please. All right. Last category. It's time for
the best
ranged
category.
magic DPS. And we start with the star of casters.
Final Fantasy 14. So,
yeah,
Blind Mage gets an additional polyglot, so it can cast Foul or Xenoglossia or whatever again. But we also gain the Astral Gauge, which, judging from the job gauge trailer, every Fire 4 will give you 1 pip, and a Flare will give you 3 pip.
Ooh.
The big mega attack that you saw him do, like the what I was hoping would be Meteor or something, was called Flare Star.
Mm.
So it's an AoE.
It's not
DPS
actually that powerful,
ability.
though.
It's only 350, but bear in mind,
does it have a
Black
50%
Mage
drop
has
off?
very high damage, and it actually has a 60% drop
That's
off.
true.
Oh wow!
But Blind Mage does such high damage that's why its potencies are lower.
I see.
Because this game has some fucked balancing.
Right.
Thunder's getting an upgrade this time round. No Fire upgrades and Blizzard upgrades, but it's Thunder this time round. High Thunder and High Thunder 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's just a higher potency for either AoE or single target.
Right.
Obviously, we're also getting Retrace at level 96, which you saw what it does. It lets you redraw your ley lines once.
Yeah.
Other than that, it gets the standard casting of 15-second Addle and the enhanced Swift cast. And Enochian is 30% damage now.
Oh.
I like that they made Retrace's recast 40 seconds long, so you absolutely will not get to do it twice in
Instead of just giving you like one, like a one charge to just make it grey out. It's Other than that, they're changing things up with how it plays in terms of the Ice Paradox and Sharpcast stuff, but I don't really care about that.
There is a lot of
feel of it.
Discourse on Black Mage currently. There are a lot of people that are not happy.
I mean, I don't really play Black Mage, so I'll say this, but genuinely, I'm surprised people being upset about the region not being tied to server ticks anymore, because that was consistently something that fucking sucked.
I don't think people are complaining about that. Are they? I thought people were more complaining about how the rotation is more regimented. You can't go off rotation as much.
Well, I'm sure they're also. I mean,
I don't mind either way. I feel like when you got a good tick, it felt good, and maybe you can probably switch back to fire faster than if how it is now will probably mean you have to stay in ice for a certain length of time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before it could have been either quicker or slower if you had a good or bad tick. But then that's obviously not something you want.
Yeah.
If you're on a bad tick. Sharpcaster is a really cool spell though. and it'll be sad to
It is
not
disappointing
be able to...
they're removing Sharpcast. Why are they removing Sharpcast?
I don't know. It honestly, it was. I mean, it was how your rotation worked. It let you do the right number of Fire 4s, and it let you do the right number of flares and despairs. So I don't really know.
Now Paradox does it for you. Because Paradox gives you a charge of Firestarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
or a proc of Firestarter, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It is.
It was just one. Black Mage was a very old school job, and it had a lot of weird systems in it. That, like, I mean, it's fine to cut down on some of the bloat. They're doing that with a lot of.
Like you can only cast Thunder while under the effect of Thunderhead now. High Thunder and High Thunder 2. So it seems to be part of your rotation.
Yeah.
Granted, when gaining Astral Fire or Umbral Ice, so when you switch. So you used to. Well, Lightning used to be able to proc the thing where you could recast it instantly, but now it seems like when you switch to a different element, it gives you that proc automatically, which is good in a way because it means you're guaranteed to keep Lightning up rather than potentially having to recast it.
Yeah. That was very annoying.
I never really liked it personally. Again, not as a Black Mage player. I was just like, the rotation already felt really rigid to me in general, and so you had to do Lightning
the
at these
rotation
certain
beautiful.
points. So it's like, why not just? I mean,
no, you cast Thunder though sometimes, even when you didn't need to. If you need to get right back on that good tick, you got to get on that good tick.
Right.
Good tick.
I didn't like playing around that. But again, I'm not a Black Mage man. Maybe
I love. I'll always
chasing that.
This is fine though. There's you gotta go. Yeah. As someone who really likes Black Mage and plays Black Mage a fair amount, and every expansion I always revert back. This looks fine. This looks really good.
Yeah.
There are things about Black Mage that are slightly annoying, and this will help. You know, you're more guaranteed to get the right things you need to keep your rotation going.
But also, I think Mana Font fully restores your MP now.
Yes.
That's pretty strong.
But isn't part of the... So what are the people that are upset about...
and it grants Astral Fire 3.
The people that are upset about the rotation, like the fact that it's more on rails now? Is that what I've heard?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of a full rotation rather than being slightly more... Because you can switch between Fire and Ice very freely as a Black Mage.
Mm-hmm.
High-level Black Mages were able to be more reactionary to how the game is treating them, whereas this is very much... Now you have to go through the rotation, and there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
I see.
Paradox memes are dead too. You can't do the Paradox funny shit anymore.
Damn.
It's funny, but I don't know how you guys expected that to last any longer than expansion. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Black Mage. So Mela, but you're happy with the update?
I think this is really good.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I don't see any issues. It'll be interesting. I don't know how Mana Font's going to play out with Max. I guess you stay in Fire longer now then.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to play around and figure it out, because usually you would use that just to cast one Fire 4 and a Despair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and since you don't regen mana anymore, and when you're out of combat, like during pulls, you use Umbral Soul or whatever, the little spinny ice move, that gives you a charge which restores your mana. You don't wait for the ticks.
Okay, so there you go.
The thing that keeps you in the...
Keeps you in ice form now. Yeah, you just spam that button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it gives you the mana automatic when you press the button.
Okay.
That's funny. Umbral Soul.
Okay. Yeah, Summoner.
Very little difference.
Yeah.
Outside of the addition of Solar Bahamut, what was the other thing they had? Oh yeah, Festa's got an upgrade to Necrotize. Sounds horrible.
Love that.
And then there's an attack. There's an attack added to Searing Light as a combo, which is just another AoE, similar to what all the healers got.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
shame. I think Endwalker Summoner was a really good base, like really solid.
Yeah.
I expected that to be like built upon, but no, it is just the rotation is just longer now.
Yeah,
you get an extra.
I don't mind that. I think. I agree. Summoner was really good in Endwalker, but I don't know what
Resurrection
they can do
is not
to,
gone yet.
Change it. I think.
Yeah, one more expansion, maybe.
yeah, it does sound like they really, really want to remove it from Summoner Resurrection, but it is staying until 8.0. Probably.
Yeah, Summoner has like the longest rotation ever.
Yeah, Summoner is, but I kind of like that with Summoner. But
essentially the rotation is essentially the same outside of which primal summon or like massive summon you get every 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, this probably will not work at all, but because the rotation of your summons is always the same, even when you die. So technically, you could start with Lunar Bahamut, whatever it's called, die,
Solar.
and then start with them again. Solar, yes, Solar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I imagine that's not very damage efficient.
No, it's not. But it is funny. It might potentially line something up better later in the fight. Who knows?
Okay, yeah,
That's true. It's always fun to play. Yeah, fun to play around with that thing. I've seen their in Kindle Solar Bahamut. I think that's their capstone ability, and that makes it cast Exodus.
Okay.
Which is an AOE DPS skill. 1600 though, with a 60% drop off.
People have been theorizing that the existence of Solar Bahamut might be in some way related to Hydaelyn, because Hydaelyn also uses a skill called Exodus during her fight.
You see? Someone is giving us lore that it has no right to know of.
The skills aren't fucking lore. Stop lying to me.
Yeah, well,
Summoner, which is the one half of some fucking nerdy mathematicians in Limsa Lominsa is giving us deep Hydaelyn lore right now.
Well, no, Arcanist more logically follows into Scholar, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Summoner is such a weird like break off from
I love
Arcanist,
Summoner,
actually, the more you think about it. Yeah.
From Carbuncle to Solar Bahamut. What a journey.
Yes.
If you like current Summoner, you might like it because it's just more.
Yeah.
You get one more summon. So
I mean, if you are a summoner, you can relax because they haven't really massacred your boy really. So there's that. I mean,
what I would say is if you wanted more, you might be a bit disappointed because you didn't really get that.
Right.
You got additional. You got extra. Longer summoner.
You got more.
More summoning.
Yeah, more. Okay. Well, there you go, summoner. You are a summoner. That's
you are
how we can conclude that. Red Mage.
So much changed with this, right? They added a.
Shut up.
They got like one ability. How many abilities? One.
Yeah, but it's not a finisher. They didn't add a finisher.
True.
It's technically not, but you still get it after your finisher. So like that's you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they did something
extra
different.
Finisher, and you know what it does?
What is it, Milo?
It is same as every capstone. It's an AoE damage with a potency drop off.
They also have Vice of Thorns, Rollo.
Yeah, Rollo. They have Vice of Thorns.
That's the one that combos out of Embolden.
Oh, that's.
Which, to be fair, cool. That is an unusual addition.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, get that sword off screen. I can't be looking at this.
Yeah,
censor it, please.
Rollo doesn't. Okay, can we address this?
We can't talk about it.
No, we have to.
No.
We don't
have to talk about the Volvic sword.
Rollo is obsessed with this sword because he says it's a.
Everyone
is a vagine sword.
Absolutely, everyone in the chat says so. You look at it and you're like that. It is.
It is.
If it was a perfect circle, fine. Like a normal rose.
Man, is that red though?
It is urgent.
It is an oval.
That is eager.
It is fleshy.
It's eager.
That is.
Stop. All right.
Everyone can see it. And put it away.
Stop. It is not. It's a rose. It's a beautiful rose. Holy moly. Okay. You've ruined that sword for me. I wouldn't go so far as to
say it's a beautiful rose, but I'll say it is a rose.
Chat! You need to be better. You need to be better.
I know.
You can't trust
please
them. They're a bunch of degenerates.
In the thumbnail, just have the sword, but like pixelated.
No,
You know what?
Absolutely not.
That is funny.
That is a good. Yeah, do that.
Come on.
That is funny.
Do that.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Let's not get distracted by the
Okay,
Vermilion
sorry.
Wolf.
I can't just like throw a, I wasn't thinking about it until literally today when Rollo said it. And
It's staring at you.
I have been dreading getting to this slide. All
Thank
right.
God that the sword doesn't like shoot out like a switch knife or whatever.
Oh, God. Okay, Red Mage. So, Vice of Thorns.
We already talked about
That's
Vice
an
of Thorns.
AoE.
We've actually talked about everything there is to do with this job.
Okay, cool. We can move
Nothing-
on.
Honestly, I have to say,
Finisher technically. So
Red Mage is getting worse each expansion. Nothing gets added to it. It just gets more finisher, and it's getting boring now.
I had a friend say, and I like Red Mage in his current state, but it does feel like someone's asleep at the wheel when it comes to like
I agree.
doing something
Yeah,
with
that's true.
Red Mage. Like something. I mean, I guess you did something different. It's not a finisher. It's an OGCD proc after a finisher.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least they always get cool.
Why embolden?
What?
It's because everyone else is getting like Searing Light gets the same thing.
Yeah.
So you do your buff and then just it's such a
And you
I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Literally
Chad
every job's getting it too.
Yeah.
Chad is correct that Red Mage's rotation is so tightly designed that like it would be very difficult to make. It's difficult to make additions without completely altering how it plays as of right now.
That's true.
I agree. I think that's
Yeah, but I mean,
part of
I
why.
feel like people have said that about other jobs in the past, and they've definitely found ways to sneak something in there every once in a while without a massive gutting of the job.
I agree.
yeah. At least they have.
It's not my job to come up with it; it's theirs. Okay.
They have good gear. I think they have the best, like one of the best artifact gear.
Yeah, I
this
agree with that.
expansion.
It
Other than-
manages
They also
to be
made
the
the
same
sword.
every time, but also look different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
they also did make the melee AoE combo. It changes into a different skill after the first hit, so that it equals only 50 rather than 60, which
Right.
was a pain in the
yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where manification changed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where we
It's-
just get it gives us the stack
Yes.
instead of just
It just gives us
giving
the
you
stacks,
50.
And it's once those stacks are gone that you can use the new skill, the
Yeah.
level 100 skill.
Yeah.
Incineration.
And
Not
they-
incineration. Cineration.
Right.
the cost for skills for your empowered combos are all equalized to 50 now. So
It makes sense. It was
including your
Luna
AoE.
name was weird.
Yeah. So
Still
Cool.
though, pretty boring job, but nice to have someone who can res.
True. As a healer,
I mean,
very happy to have him with us. Thanks, Red.
I do
Mage.
like it, but you know,
I like it. I liked it more in like when it first got introduced though, because it was simple and felt good, and now it's bloated on the end.
like, you know what? Give Red Mage seals. Just fuck it.
Yeah,
Those skills got to go somewhere. Give
Someone's
it to
gotta-
Red Mage.
Yeah.
What do they do? I don't know.
I mean, okay. I can't look at the slide anymore.
I'm telling you,
we talked
it's-
about
you can
this.
See it.
The worst part is that
smiling.
we talked about this
bluffing.
sword last week, and we were like, "Oh, this is actually a really neat sword," because I really like the focus. I only looked at the focus. I never looked at the
focus.
Yeah, the
as well.
focus is really cool.
never looked at it.
I
No,
feel like I saw it
alright,
as a rose.
now I
last
can't
time we
stop.
looked. No, I don't.
In this picture, it's not that bad. But
Right.
when you see the close-ups from the media tour or directly head on, you're like, oh,
I'm so
God's
dumb
sake.
with everything.
someone needed to really just get it out of their system or something.
Well, they
Like,
got it
what-
out of their system.
my
They
God.
put it in the fucking game.
They
They're
did.
like-
They did.
God. Okay. Moving on. Pictomancer.
Ooh.
Oh God, how are we gonna?
Yeah. How are we gonna talk about
It's
this?
hard to explain.
It is
Well-
a very.
Very. It's like it feels kind of like Summoner in a way that it goes through a sequence of skills to get to a final goal.
Yeah.
like the creature motif seems to always play out in the same order, and it seems like the weapon motif and landscape motifs only have one skill to them at the moment.
Yeah.
So it feels like this job can be very much expanded on, but right now is a little formulaic in terms of how it plays, which is fine.
I think it looks fun, but yeah, it is formulaic. It seems currently.
It's about balancing your elemental magics with the artwork.
Yeah,
because you're making the paintings, but you also have the palette where you can you build up the gauge, and then you can turn your white paint into black paint to cast different spells.
Astral ink into
Astral ink and Umbra. Yeah. So
I really like the naming of the skills. I like fire in red, blizzard in cyan.
Yeah,
it's silly, but I like it.
It's kind of awkward, but it's charming.
So whimsical.
Yeah,
but I think that it kind of reminds me of Scholar and Sage in a way, in that you have like several options during combat as to what you can do. It's like especially in terms of you're going to be alternating between your longer cast heavy hitting attacks and kind of saving shit like your hammer, which lets you kind of move while casting it, and while also doing high damage too. I think the hammers had a pretty high potency, but that might change. So don't worry about that.
I think it'll be about balancing between the two types of rotations you have, depending on the flow of the fight.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is the caster's sort of conundrum as well, like with Black Mage, then to a much lesser extent Summon and Red Mage, because they seem a lot more mobile. But it's nice to have another caster that's a little bit not always mobile, you know?
Yeah.
And it's got like its own ley line, sort of.
With
sort of
the field,
but
thing.
it affects everyone, not just the Pigmensa.
Yeah.
So I think this one's impossible to describe without an in-depth visual guide to the rotation explaining over it. Unfortunately, but it seems very neat. It seems very fun, and somewhat mobile.
Has anyone shown what the compact job gauge looks like the simplified gauge? Because I really want to see that. I don't think anyone has. I looked for it, but I couldn't see it.
We've seen the Viper limit break a lot previously. The Pigmensa limit break is the summoning of the painted Spriggan.
I haven't seen that. That's nice. That's cute. Yeah,
also this class is one of the few that has a non-targeted dash called Smudge. You can dash forward.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is neat.
I almost said en passant.
Another en passant.
An en passant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not the dancer dash.
Yeah, and it's not only just the dash mailer, it also increases your movement speed for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a very cool little skill.
Just like Scholar. Wow. Sort of.
I'm looking forward. Well, Scholar only has Icarus though, doesn't it? Which is targeted at least.
No, that's Sage.
Sorry. Yeah.
That is targeted.
Yeah, I don't like targeted dashes.
Mela, you think the job gauge looks ugly, don't you?
I really don't. Well,
I agree with Mela.
The palette looks beautiful, but the canvas is ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It's clunky. It has the easel. It has the little extra bit above. Sometimes the Moogle pokes his head out, and there's a lot going on there. It's
very
also
bouncy.
Completely opaque and massive.
Yeah.
I don't think I would mind it if it didn't have the fucking easel stands under each of them.
It needs to be much more compact to try and they've gone very hard on the art side of this.
It's also unbalanced because of the fact that the creature motifs are the only one that extend upwards.
Yeah, which is annoying.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a good point. You can make them smaller.
It's not the size that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus,
it's the full package.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I think it's like the easels are. I don't hate it, but it's too.
No. But you're talking about over-the-top gauges in chat, and one that's very over-the-top is Black Mage, but I love Black because it doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel like a gauge. It feels like I'm just looking at pictures at this point.
It's like a buff. It's my buff bar.
Because it's very similar to the current Astrologian gauge, but the Astrologian gauge feels more like a gauge.
Yeah. That's probably I don't. Yeah. Just have them be like panels with the symbols showing up on them. I don't know. I don't really. I have a feeling that might be what the condensed, the
condensed one might be better for this job. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah.
That's if I'm going to give any criticism to this job, that's the gauge.
Yeah.
I think it's cute. I like it. It's the most colorful.
I mean, it is cute.
It's cute, but it's clunky.
Visually interesting job gauge.
Remember, this is meant to be.
I don't care that much about job gauge. I always switch to simplified anyways, so I don't care. Yeah. But the job itself, though, the animations are so good.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I know people don't like the clash with the ink, because it looks different.
That's what I like about it.
I've seen some people who had issues with it saying they prefer it better. I feel like they've put more work into making it look fit into the world a bit more.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about Tummygate?
Excuse me.
What?
It's barely a controversy. It's not worth talking about.
I know. It's just because the male version.
Well, you've thrown it out into the world. I need to know now.
Tummygate, okay.
Yeah, just because the male version has the stomach covered.
What?
Compared to...
Does he?
Yeah.
It's disappointing. It's Dragoon A Realm Reborn all over again.
But it's reversed now. This is.
I know.
No, it's not reversed.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not.
Exactly the same.
It is exactly the same. Okay, well, this is a disgrace.
That's weird. I thought there was artwork of a male one.
Yeah,
maybe?
But you never see his
tummy.
I
thought as well.
You don't see his
tummy.
There's
a cat boy, but I think he's his knees are covering his
You see him in our slide, but he's sitting down, so you don't see the tummy window, and there wouldn't be one, would there, if it's covered? So and on Pride Month of all things, what horrible news.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just part of the continued conversation of the gendered gear sometimes has a really big variance, and there's no.
I thought we were done with this. I thought we were done with the
gendered
gear.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, they
Scholar
just can't help
has had
themselves.
this issue for a while as well, and so is White Mage. Often when we get pants, well, you get very ugly pants, but scholars often. You can't
it's
claim.
True. I can't say anything. I mean, it's true.
Male scholars will often get pants, and then female scholars will have to wear a mini skirt, and thigh-high boots.
Let's not forget the White Mage culottes or whatever.
Okay,
that's exactly what I was talking
about. Maybe
earlier.
Shut up. Maybe try that. Okay. Well, that's
it's Yoshi-P's fault. He was like, I'm too nervous to show up my tummy in the AF gear.
He didn't even dress. He didn't even.
Yeah, he got someone else.
See, that's the weird thing. He said he didn't want to dress in it because he couldn't pull it off. Maybe the original design would have a tummy window, and then it's like, fuck that. Remove the cover it up.
You can almost tell because if you look at the male AF gear, it's so
conspiracy hour
visually unbalanced. Like I said, it's a really asymmetrical look, especially with the slanted kind of exposed midsection. But then it's just it's black all the way down to this the seam of the pants. So it looks very weird.
Very suspicious. Very suspicious.
Yeah. Okay. Tummygate.
It's real.
The tummy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Untuck the tummy.
Don't untuck. I mean, if you want to untuck, I don't know.
What are you saying? All right. Thanks.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Okay, thanks. All right, that's Pictomancer. And that means we're at the end of this.
Oh, it's been a long one today.
It has been. It has been a long one.
You feasted today.
You have feasted today.
I mean, if we started on time, we'd actually be finished at around the same time.
Yeah, that's all right. Then.
Yeah. All right.
Maila's
back.
Your face has returned to normal.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah. you were like you were someone else.
It was like you got hit by that spell that Tataru was hit by during the Four Lords quest line.
The aging spell. That was a great scene. I love that. Old Tataru was funny.
Okay. That's in summary. Is there anything else?
The media tour is always a very confusing, very overwhelming time. Sometimes it can go too far, like with Shadowbringers. It made me not want to do Don Meg because they oversaturated that dungeon.
Right.
I think
this has made me more excited for Dawn Trail after seeing the zones and stuff. I don't know how I feel overall, but
yeah,
usually the media tours are always a bit, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird shotgun blast of just content from everywhere, from news sites to journalists to fucking tweets to Reddit posts to fucking YouTube. So much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad. A lot of it is interesting, but it is so much to digest.
It is. And we've only had it's only been 2 days since it all dropped. So I'm still processing a lot of it
right now.
Yeah.
Yes. And because of the fact that it's only been 2 days is the reason we didn't cover any of the interviews today.
Yeah.
But we've got all that for next week.
Yep.
Plus the live letter.
Yes.
Yep.
Is it always this close to an expansion launch, the media tour? It feels like a heck of a lot to dump like 3 weeks before the expansion.
That's what I was thinking, Mela. I feel like the media tour is way closer to the release.
It was way... No, it was way further away last time. I think it was...
Yeah.
It was like April... May? I literally
I feel like they've been earlier.
Yesterday, I changed the title under here, and it had the date, and I don't fucking remember when we did our podcast, but it was not June, I'll tell you that.
Definitely seems closer than ever. Which is fine, but it's
I also feel like the
Oh
live
shit,
letter
sorry,
following...
hold on. Let me just clarify. It wasn't June, because Endwalker launched in like October. So that would explain why it was a different month. Okay, go on, Yogi.
Yeah. I also feel like the live letter, the pre-expansion live letter, was not so close to the media tour at the same time.
December. Sorry, I need to...
close.
Wait, sorry, why are people saying December? Okay, Endwalker released in December. Oh, sorry, media tour was October.
So that's 2 months. That's a massive gap.
There we go.
Yeah, but remember that Endwalker was delayed.
That's
but it's still,
delayed,
I think, even with that, was still a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So what? Shadowbringers was like end of May, I think, May 28th.
The media tour, but it released in like August or July or something, didn't it?
Yeah, it was July 2nd that released.
Yeah.
So that's...
This is definitely the closest it's been. And the fact that the live letter is happening basically like the week out, 2 weeks after, and then it's a very quick, snappy,
very intense. Yeah. Okay, well that is the end of part 1. Make sure to comment below and tell us how little we know about all your jobs, your favorite jobs.
Oh yes, please. Yeah. I would love for you to explain the good and bad things that have been changed about the melee jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, send us Mog mail about how you feel about your jobs. Because
tell us about how
we can't be expected to know
play the
job.
game more. All right, we always get for these ones.
If you're an expert on your job, let us know how it's changed.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know.
I don't know when we'll read that Mog mail because we won't do it next week.
Once the expansion's out.
Does the red mage weapon look like that to you?
That is a more...
We need a poll for that. We need to put that on a YouTube poll.
We need a YouTube
poll. There'll be 1 week after next week, before the release of the expansion, that if they don't do anything crazy, we might have a chance to respond to so many Mog mail.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. If we're very lucky and we have we've got the live letter and everything, that's all done next week, we can have our final speculation Mog mail special.
That's true as well. Yeah, your last chance to get your Mog mail with your theories in before Dawn Trail as well, so keep that in mind. speakersxv.com/mogmail. Wouldn't it be fun? It would be so funny if we've never, I think, done a YouTube poll. And the first time our subscribers get a YouTube poll from us is the question, does the red mage weapon look like a vagina? Yes, no.
Please, I think it's necessary.
Well, there's got to be a picture with it, too. Like, you can't just drop it like that.
Can you put a picture in them?
I don't know if I can. Oh, you can, I think.
Okay.
I think you can.
I'm not sure.
It'd be the intel on that.
It'd be fucking funnier if there was no picture. It was just that.
True.
Also, Chad is correct. YouTube might not like it if you post that.
Does this rose look a little meaty to you?
Oh,
Does the red
that's
mage
a
weapon
horrible
look
way
like
of
that?
phrasing it.
wow.
No. Okay. We'll workshop
Rose
this.
look meaty to you.
I don't know.
It's a
I don't
fleshy
know.
What a
Aye, aye,
horrible
aye.
man.
Aye, aye, aye. Okay. Anyways, that's it for today. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, with part 2 and a live letter. Live letter, whatever. Live letter thing. Recap. That's the word. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you when we see you. Tomorrow. Is Sunday. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.